Today's game on KFJB-TV is sponsored by First Rate Real Estate, Atland Engraving and Screen Print Company, Assured Partners, Brown's Shoe Fit, Central State Bank, your Marshalltown Dairy Queens, Eye Care Associates, Hy-Vee Marshalltown, Legends American Grill, Lennox Employees Credit Union, Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown Community College, Marshalltown School District, McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, Sandvik Enterprises, Scooters, Marshalltown, Sports Plus, State Farm, Tyler Pashong Agency, Wayward Social, Wells Fargo Advisors, Members First Community Credit Union, Van Wyck Wood Builders.
Welcome to the Marshalltown Roundhouse on George Funk Court. It is the Friday Showcase. It's the Riverhawks in town to take on your Marshalltown Bobcats. The Bobcat ladies are 5-0, and they look to end a 31-game losing streak to the Mason City Riverhawks right now on KFJB-TV. Heitman up court to Bowie. Bowie loses the basketball. Layup counted. It's good. Wow. Hildebrand left wide open, and boom, knocks that one down. She goes inside. Wow, what a scoop and score by Amira Johnson. And here comes the Bobcats. Oh, Billy Heitman up top to Georgia Jansen, up off the glass, and good. It's the bump in the bucket. It is the Friday Showcase in the Conference of Champions. Riverhawks Bobcats coming up in just a little bit. We'll tip off the girls' game, followed by the boys' game here tonight. But boy, Dylan, we are expecting a good night of basketball. Bobcat ladies roll in 5-0 on the season.
5-0, and with a chance to get the monkey off their back, so to speak. You said 31 games. To put that just in context, my youngest, your eldest stepson are both playing in the JV game at the gym next door. Neither were alive the last time the Bobcat girls beat Mason City, and they've done it really one way. Is they have that full court trapping press that has turned the Cats over time after time after time, upwards of 40 turnovers in a game. We thought maybe it would end at the Reggie Spots era. She left before last year, but Michaela Trask was awesome last year as well. Cats got close, but couldn't overcome. She was phenomenal, but she's gone. Yeah. And now this is a much different Mason City team and a much more mature Marshalltown Bobcats team.
Anna Latham did not play on Tuesday night. She's been a little bit of a cat killer in her past, that Latham family, obviously. With her out, potentially, she's not in that starting lineup here tonight. We'll see if she does end up playing a little bit. Does that change the dynamic a little bit for the Bobcats?
Well, you take a point guard off that's 10 points a game, 5 assists. That makes it much more difficult on the Riverhawks, but you can't give up. You can't be like, oh, they don't have their point guard. You still look at some of the places they have. Brogan Evans is a name we know. She leads them with 5 steals a game. They are still going to trap press. You're still going to have to beat that press. Last year, Frankie Long, 2 points in that final matchup. That tells me they never got it into spaces where Frankie could dominate.
Speaking of Frankie Long, she stands at 6'2". Millie Heitman, Georgia Jansen, both over 6 foot.
Yep.
A big height advantage in this game. How can the Bobcats really attack that and take advantage?
It really comes starting by breaking that press from an offensive side. Millie Heitman's playing at another level right now. She's shooting it really well. Right now she's 45% from 3, averaging over 11 points, 4 steals, 3 assists, 2 blocks. Whatever stat you have, she's filling it. Frankie Long, double-double. Georgia Jansen's 3 steals a game, shooting the ball well, playing really well. So offensively, it gives you opportunity. Defensively, Georgia Jansen and Millie Heitman in the passing lanes it's very difficult when you have wings, Millie at 6'1", Georgia at 6 foot, that are long, athletic, and get in the way. And then, of course, you have to deal with Frankie Long.
Bobcat ladies taking the floor to get warmed up. Our nightcap here tonight, the boys' game.
Yeah.
Bobcat boys are 3-1. Mason City's 1-3. They've gone to overtime in their last 2 games.
Yep.
Common opponent, Hoover.
Yes.
Bobcats blew them out by 26 points. Mason City barely beat them in overtime. So when you look at that coming into this one, can you chalk much up to on paper this early in the season, or is it one of those things that Mason City's a little bit of a sleeper heading in?
I think you have to flush it. Last year in this fall matchup, yes, it was up in Mason City, we got drilled by 22 points. It wasn't close. Cats turned it over and again. Kyle Smith, 1 of 11, 6 points. Last 2 games, Bobcats get it, including postseason. So you've got to just wipe the slate clean, because here's the reality. Mason City's big, and they can shoot the 3. And you've got 3 guys averaging over 13 points a game, and a lot of people don't talk about them, but Jameer Falls seems to have some big games, especially in that tournament game or in the district game. He had 16. Whitner had 18. When he gets going, he gives them a little bit different level to that offense.
Yeah, and Mason City will have to go against the 4th best defense in 4A here tonight against the Bobcats.
Well, you look at the regular season game last year, is you get the Cats beat them 40-27. 40-27 points. To put that in, Whitner averages 17.5. Rickers, who averages 17 a year. Sanchez Evans averages 13.5, and Falls averages 9 this year. Last year, they were a combined 2 of 32. You heard that right. 2 of 32 from the field. That's how you lock people up. Cats have that opportunity. I'm interested to see if Drake Gersma takes on Whitner. That's the matchup that I'm very intrigued by tonight, because Whitner is a great 6'4 guard, can score multiple ways, very athletic, very good, can knock down the 3. That's a matchup that I'm looking at.
On the boys and girls side, Ames, Mason City, and Marshalltown have the chance to be up near the top at the end of the season in the conference standings. So a big night of basketball here inside the Roundhouse. We get you ready to go for the girls' game coming up. Starters and our pregame chat with head coach Brian Murphy. This is Bobcat Basketball. You're listening on News Talk 1230 AM, 93.9 FM, and watching right here on KFJB-TV.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
Anytime is a great time to treat yourself at Dairy Queen. From legendary blizzards and cakes to juicy burgers and crispy fries, whatever you're craving, we've got you covered. Both Marshalltown locations have all your lunch and dinner favorites to keep you smiling and coming back for more. Right now, try the sauced and tossed sweet chili chicken strip basket, frosted sugar cookie blizzard, or the holiday nog shake. Don't wait. Swing by either Marshalltown location or get Dairy Queen delivered today.
Welcome back into the countdown to tip-off. It is the Bobcats and the Riverhawks inside the Roundhouse tonight. Welcome in Brian Murphy, head girls basketball coach. Coach, 5-0 start. I believe you were 4-1 in this position a year ago when you took on Mason City. And then, obviously, they came in and did what Mason City normally does. First time around last year against Mason City, you guys struggled a little bit. Second time around, you had Kinsley Bowie. You didn't have her the first matchup. Didn't have Amara Johnson in either of these matchups last year. So how do those different things kind of factor into heading into tonight against a team that's had really good success against the Bobcats?
Yeah, I think number one, overall, when I look at our team, we are much more balanced than we were last year, where, as I've said a couple times, it took us a while last year to find our identity and figure out, we knew we needed Frankie to get the ball, but we weren't always getting her in the right spots, and our girls weren't always sure as well. So I feel like we are coming into this season with a lot more balance, a lot more sense of kind of where our spots are and how to get there. And as you alluded to, adding Amara both offensively and defensively just gives us another level that we were lacking last year. So I mean, this is a matchup we've been looking forward to for a while.
Yeah, and of course, over the years, Mason City has had a few constant names. Anna Latham, the Latham family. There's been a few in there. The Falls. I see there's a freshman Falls in there. So a lot of different names that you can kind of point to in the past. But this is a newer team, and Anna Latham didn't play on Tuesday night. Doesn't look like she's going to go here tonight. Does that kind of change up anything, or is it kind of stay the course here on the defensive end?
I mean, ultimately, we watching film, we know we need to get into their ball handlers. Historically, we have been a team that people try to get after with some of our ball handling, and we feel like we've got some opportunities this year to turn the tables a little bit. So kind of regardless of who they have on the floor, we know we need to attack their ball handlers. They don't have a ton of size on the inside. So if we can funnel them into Frankie, we love that opportunity to put pressure on the outside, funnel them in, and make them take contested shots every possession.
And mentioning Frankie Long is the focus, averaging a double-double coming into tonight. Where do you see her as far as, each game? Is there a different challenge maybe you present to her on her game, especially with the scouting report on teams that faced you? I mean, last year they locked her down in one game. She didn't make a single shot from the floor. She went 0 for 7. So kind of knowing how to change up your game, each and every time.
Yeah, and I think one of the challenges that for Frankie this season is going to be every game may be its own challenge, where the way that a game is officiated is going to go a long way to the way she's got to play it. She got a little frustrated on Tuesday against Hoover because it was one of those games they were letting a lot go, and that's just the way the game was being called that night. And as a larger player being guarded by smaller players, they got a lot of shots in on her, and it can be frustrating. And so that's probably the biggest thing more of all, just reading the flow of the game and understanding, all right, this is a game where I'm going to have to finish through contact, or they're doubling down on me, I'm going to have to kick and repost. So those are those kind of small things as a maturing player where, now as a junior, we're starting to layer some of those expectations on her a little bit, and kind of reading that flow is probably the next step for her.
Yeah. And speaking of flow, it seems like Kinsley Bowie's been a little bit off. I think I mentioned this in our last game, but so has Morgan Hildebrand. She had a really good second go-around of it against Mason City last year where she made 3 threes. How do you get both of them comfortable here tonight in a game that probably most likely going to be, a very big contest for all 4 quarters?
I mean, one of the things that we preach to all of our players, Kinsley and Morgan are no different, is, we need you to impact the game in a variety of ways. And the great thing about both of them is they have the ability to do that. Obviously some of their outside shots aren't falling as much as they would like. We're going to continue to tell them to shoot. But honestly, I feel like Kinsley especially has probably been our most consistent defender all season, where, her positional defending is incredibly mature. She's just always in the right places, knows how to get in people's heads. She also leads our team in assist to turnover ratio, which is one of those quiet stats that you don't always look for. And so, she's finding ways to impact all over the place. And Morgan's somebody that her assist numbers have spiked this year compared to last year. So while shooting is definitely a huge part of both of their games, they're both doing a good job of kind of impacting the game in a variety of ways.
And what you say is totally true, especially on paper, too, only giving up 23 points per game. I think if you hold Mason City to 23 tonight, you'd probably like the final end line here.
Yeah, honestly, we hold any team to 23 and under. That's a pretty good sign for us. So certainly that would be a good result for us.
Yeah, for sure. Good luck tonight, Brian.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That is Brian Murphy. We check out the starting 5 for the Riverhawks and the Bobcats when we come back right here on KFJB-TV.
Brown's Shoe Fit has a great selection of athletic footwear, including Hoka, Brooks, On Cloud, Birkenstock, and Taos. Brown's Shoe Fit can find the right shoe for every occasion for both men and women, including dress shoes, casual shoes, work boots, and more. They carry multiple sizes and widths to ensure the best fit for you. Their expert-friendly staff will take the time to give you the service you deserve. Brown's Shoe Fit, downtown Marshalltown, with you every step of the way.
Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is powered by First Rate Real Estate, FirstRateTeam.com, Adland Engraving and Screen Print Company, AdlandEngraving.com, Assured Partners, power through partnership. Your Marshalltown Dairy Queens. And Brown Shoe Fit. with you every step.
Welcome back in the Marshalltown Roundhouse. Brandon Lewis, Dylan Doze alongside me as you get ready to tune in to our game here tonight. We appreciate it. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button on KFJB-TV. Let's get to tonight's starting lineups. All brought to you by Sandvik Enterprises in Marshalltown. Let them deliver for you while we deliver you the starting lineup here tonight. For Katie Trask in her second year, and she, of course, replaced longtime coach Kurt Clausen, who had very good girls basketball teams, as Katie Trask has kind of picked right up off of that. They're 2-3, off to a slow start this year, but two-game winning streak as they took down Hoover last Friday night and North on Tuesday night. An exceptional win there, 43-3 was the final there. His team averaging 38 points per game. 43 is what they're giving up on the defensive end after a couple lopsided losses to begin the year. Number 10, Magali Gonzalez will start tonight, a 5'5 sophomore forward, averaging nearly 5 points per game and 2.6 rebounds a game coming into this one. Number 14, Maggie Donald, 1 point per game, 2.6 rebounds per game. Leah Dykstra will get the start tonight. Number 20, a 5'5 sophomore guard, averaging nearly 4 points per game and 1.5 rebounds per game. Grayson Braun will start tonight. Number 22, a 5'7 senior forward. Number 32, Brogan Evans will round out the starting five. 4 points per game, 2 rebounds per game, and she averages 5 steals a game for the 5'6 senior guard. This team, low shooting percentage to begin the season. Only 27% from the floor, 19 from behind the arc, and 54.5% from behind the free throw line. They're averaging 15 turnovers a game, which is a little bit out of sort for the Riverhawks of years past. Meanwhile, for the Marshalltown Bobcats, they're 5-0 heading into tonight, as they are on a 5-game winning streak to begin the season. Wins over East last Friday night and Hoover on Tuesday night, a 45-12 win there. Starting lineup for Brian Murphy in his 7th year looks like this. It'll be number 3, Amara Johnson. She did not play in both matchups a year ago against Mason City. A 5'2 junior guard, averaging 7.6 points per game. Number 11, Kinsley Bowie, a 5'7 senior guard, averaging nearly 5 points per game, 3.6 rebounds per game. And last year, she did not play in the first matchup, but did add 6 points in the second go-around against Mason City. Number 20, Millie Heitman, a 6'1 senior forward, averaging 11 points per game, 7 rebounds per game. Georgia Jansen, number 23, a 5'11 senior forward. And Frankie Long, number 44, a 6'2 junior center, as she comes off a night where she had 10 points, 15 rebounds on Tuesday against Hoover. That is your starting lineups tonight. Again, all brought to you by Sandvik Enterprises in Marshalltown. Let them deliver for you while we deliver you the starting lineups. When we come back, our keys to the game and tip-off between the Riverhawks and the Bobcats on KFJB-TV.
Good call tonight, man. You too? You think what I'm thinking? Let's go to Legends for a Bobcat burger.
Hi, guys. What are we hungry for today?
I think we're going to do 2 Bobcat burgers. Whether it's pre-game or post-game.
Or during the game, it's Legends American Grill in Marshalltown.
Hi, I'm Amara Johnson. This is your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
Back in for tonight's keys to the game as we take a look at head coach Brian Murphy on KFJB-TV, looking to get his Cats to 6-0 to begin the season. As we look at our starting line, or our keys to the game here tonight, Dylan, what's the key between the Riverhawks and the Bobcats?
For the Bobcats, it's carpe momentum, which is Latin for seize the moment. Last year, I thought the second game was a mile marker game. Can the Cats compete? They lost by 14. I believe this is a culture maker game. This is the game that you get the monkey off the back and you insert your will. Because this is the first time you put the rosters side by side, the Cats have the better roster. Can they execute that and make it happen? If you're the Riverhawks, you're playing with 6 players. The 5 that you have on the court and the memories. The memories of the horror stories that happened when we play Mason City. Can Mason City turn the Cats over early and get them out of sorts and maybe get that 6-8 point lead in that first quarter to put doubt in the 5-0 Cats' minds?
That is today's keys to the game, all powered by First Rate Real Estate, FirstRateTeam.com. It's the Hawks and the Bobcats battling it out in the Iowa Alliance North. Coming up, tip-off from the Roundhouse on George Funk Court when we come back right here on your home for the Cats. News Talk 1230 AM, 93.9 FM, and streaming on KFJB-TV.
Looking for top-notch eye care close to home? Eye Care Associates, with offices in Marshalltown, Conrad, and Toledo, has proudly served Central Iowa since 1990. Their expert team provides eye exams for all ages, designer frames, contact lens fittings, and treatment for glaucoma, cataracts, and other eye conditions. With advanced technology, a welcoming staff, and convenient online booking, your next visit is easier than ever. Visit VisionSource-MarshalltownEyeCare.com today. Eye Care Associates, your vision is their priority.
The following is a presentation of Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV.
The Friday Showcase on KFJB-TV. I'm Brandon Lewis. He's Dylan Doze, our producer on site. David Braga back at the radio studio. Zach Tomish on camera tonight. Our very own Keith Stewart and Joseph Cornwell here tonight. Well, the Bobcats last year went 0 for 2 with a 44-30 and a 54-24 loss to the Mason City Riverhawks. Have not beat the Riverhawks since 2009, a 31-game losing streak that they look to turn the tide on as we come into tonight's action in the Iowa Alliance Conference. It is the conference opener here tonight for the Bobcats, a big pivotal game to get off the season on a right start in conference play, Dylan.
I think this is an essential game. Riverhawks at home. The goal of the team is to win the Iowa Alliance North. That's what they want to do, and honestly, that's what we called for them to do a couple years ago. Well, by the time that they're seniors, these are the games you have to win to take it as an aspiration to actualization. Tonight is a must-win if they want to keep that dream alive.
Kinsley Bowie shooting 17% from three. Morgan Hildebrand just 8% from three. They have not combined for a whole lot of threes. You know, I know Coach Murphy in the pregame mentioned we're just going to let them keep shooting, but how do they find their form and actually start converting and knocking down some of those big outside shots?
This is where I think it happens, is where they've gotten the big threes are in the half-court set where they're able to move the ball side to side. Because if you make that, if you swing it right and you come back, you're able to get sideline to sideline twice, that opposite side is going to be wide open for a three. We've seen Morgan knock him down there. We've seen Kinsley knock him down. We've seen Millie knock him down. Why I'm still bullish on the Cats is I think they're better shooters than that. I think there's more offense to come. They haven't even scratched the surface.
Yeah, tip-off is coming up momentarily. Let's step aside for tonight's national anthem here inside the Roundhouse. ugly sweater party in the student section tonight here inside the Roundhouse. Dylan, you have a sweater on, but I wouldn't say it's an ugly one.
No,
there's some good-looking ugly sweaters in there, though, tonight.
It's stylish. Now, I will tell you, the elf one doesn't count, but the poinsettia sweater vest is like a legit, it wasn't created to be ugly. That was created for a lady who loved to make caramels and make cookies for her family.
What about the peanut butter ones with the chocolate star in the middle? You know,
do they call them thumbprint?
It might be thumbprints.
Like thumbprint or something. Well, if out there,
those ones are good.
Out there in KFJB-TV land, if you would like to tell us the name and then send us some
gluten-free, please.
Yes, send them to the KFJB studios, and we'll make sure to get them to the right people.
8 minutes on the clock, first quarter. Frankie Long will jump for the Marshalltown Bobcats as Grayson Braun at 5'7" jumps against Frankie Long. Long will win it, and the run out on the opening possession for the Bobcats. A nice pass from Bowie to Jansen, but can't convert on the layup. And Mason City will go the other way. They're all black tops and bottoms. Inside drive and a step in late and a foul on the Bobcats. A good drive by Magali Gonzalez as she went against the Bobcats inside. Frankie Long will pick up her first of the night as she stepped in late. And it's free throws early on for Mason City as Gonzalez shooting it at 67% from the stripe.
And that all started, that was all from Amara Johnson was trapping on that far side. And Magali Gonzalez was her person, so Georgia Jansen was over on that side as well, and so no one was guarding her, and she was able to just get all the way to the rack, and Frankie was too late to get over.
Gonzalez splits him at the line, 1 for 2, so a 1-0 lead for Mason City. 7:40 to go, opening quarter. A good tip-off, though, here tonight, and Bobcats almost took it for a quick, fast break at midcourt with Georgia Jansen. She'll cut back door. It's picked off. Leah Dykstra's there. She'll run the floor and bring it up. Georgia Jansen picks her up over midcourt, swings left wing three, open, and Millie Heitman with a tough rebound as Leah Dykstra missed the left wing three right there. Back in transition, the Bobcats come. Amara Johnson pushing the issue, but she loses the basketball. Frankie Long at the free throw line was able to pick it up. Millie Heitman now drives into the paint. A step through, off the glass, no good. As Frankie Long tips it out. Second chance offense possession here for the Cats. Three, near side. Amara Johnson gives the Bobcats the lead.
And we talked about go sideline to sideline on that. That's exactly what that looks like. Kinsley Bowie giving up a good shot for Amara Johnson's great shot.
3-1 Cats, Bowie, and that's a travel. She switched the pivot foot. Yep, it'll be a turnover. Maggie Donald drove into the paint, cut off by Frankie Long in a travel. Here's the Tyler Pashong State Farm replay. Amara Johnson, left wing three, good.
Yeah, she switched pivot feet twice. Got her on the second one.
Amara Johnson just over the midcourt stripe, losing the basketball, gathering it back in with pressure in her face, swings over to Heitman, right wing. Gets a screen from Frankie Long, but not able to do anything really with it. They'll drop it into Frankie Long. Passes way too high from Kinsley Bowie. Turned over. Gonzalez comes up with it.
Inexcusable. Cats are sloppy right now.
Dykstra drives right into Georgia Jansen, and ball goes out of bounds, I believe, last touch by Jansen. No foul, so it'll be on the sideline right by the student section as Gonzalez will be the one to pass it in with 6:16 in the opening quarter.
Cats have the size advantage in the half-court offense, and they're just rushing stuff, and a carry.
A carry's going to be called on Brogan Evans. Turnover on Mason City, something we don't see a whole lot of, but I mentioned it earlier. They average 15 turnovers a game. That's definitely up from teams of years past. We've seen them averaging only, 5 to 7 turnovers a game.
The Cats right now, 12.5 steals a game and only turning it over 18 times. That's higher than Mason City, but it is drastically lower than it's been in recent years.
Feed into Frankie Long. Right block. Turnaround jumper is good for Frankie Long. Her first bucket of the night. She averages a double-double, 11 points and 10 rebounds coming in. It's 5-1 Cats in the opening frame.
Exactly what we're talking about. Patience on the offensive sets. They're going to score time after time as Mason City throws it away. Where we've gotten in trouble with 2 turnovers is rushing. There's no reason to rush. Size advantage everywhere. You have the bigs. You see a beautiful pass by Georgia Jansen throw it to where only Frankie can get it. And she also threw it to her left side.
And Amara Johnson's going to turn it right back over. So Donald was cutting baseline. They threw it behind her. Mason City turned it over, and as soon as Amara Johnson got over midcourt, she took a step. She was trying to pass it, and the passing lane got caught off. And now Mason City has it into the front court with Donald. She'll pull up right wing. It's off the mark. It's going to be off the back of the iron. Frankie Long gets the rebound at the free throw line. Amara Johnson looks a little sped up here tonight as she dribbles into the front court, has her pocket picked. There's a tie-up now at the top of the key. Jump ball, possession error with Mason City. It's back to the Riverhawks. But, boy, she has been fumbling that ball around early on. Amara Johnson, the junior point guard, and she's got this is a big game, a lot on the line here tonight. Cats have a 5-1 lead.
I love Amara and her game. She over-dribbles. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Her solution is to dribble more. She has got to move that basketball. She's turned it over twice in a row here, and it's due to over-dribbling.
Armani Caldwell has checked into the game. She was running the point, swung it to the left wing over to Brogan Evans, who is promptly fouled. And the foul will come in on Kinsley Bowie, her first of the night. 5:11 to go first quarter, as the ball will be inbounded on the far sideline by the student section by Gonzalez. Gonzalez looks to the top of the key. Caldwell cups to the top and gives it back to Gonzalez. Dribbles to the top. Nearly a double team popping out on her. Bowie will guard. Now in motion is Evans. She'll come around to the right wing and drop it in down to the right block. Frankie Long all over Braun. They'll pass it back out to the top to reset, and Mason City will throw it to the far side corner, and it's a turnover as Caldwell went to the far side corner, and it was just a little bit too hot for her to handle, and with 4:51 first quarter, back to the Cats.
And here's the issue you have if you're the Riverhawks. Bobcats defensively not only are big, they're quick and long in the passing lanes. They have not been able to do anything in the half court.
Pass near side corner to Bowie from Amara Johnson. She'll back it out to the left wing. Looking for something, but nothing really doing right there. Sets a screen for Amara Johnson as she passed it chest high to her. And now taken away from Amara Johnson again at the top by Dykstra. Rolls out of bounds into the Mason City bench, and it will stay with the Bobcats. But Amara Johnson nearly turning it right back over to Mason City.
And not to bemoan the point, but she is dribbling into double teams. We are over dribbling. Move the basketball side to side. It's simple physics. Like, things go faster when you're throwing them than when you're dribbling them.
Amara Johnson gets the inbound, dribbles to the right wing, it goes all the way down to the right block and tosses up a shot off the bottom of the hoop. And back goes Gonzalez, but Bowie with a nice block. Gonzalez took it coast to coast, and Bowie flies in and gets the block. It'll be out on the Cats, but a great defensive play as we check out the Tyler Pashong State Farm replay.
You might have called the bump there for her second, but instead she gets a great block.
Inbound to Gonzalez, down near the right block. She puts up a jumper way too strong off the glass. Georgia Jansen with a rebound, brings it up the court. She is bumped. Ball knocked away, goes into the backcourt. Flings it over to Amara Johnson high. And she able to gather it back in. Puts on a good spin move. Gets the student section all fired up. Swings to Heitman from Jansen baseline. Drives in. Just outside the free throw line to the right side of the paint. Heitman with the jumper. It's good for two. 7-1 Cats in transition. Mason City will turn it over. A long pass. A half-court pass down to Brogan Evans on the right block, and it's out of bounds back to the Bobcats.
You see here, I am not a genius telling you if you go side to side in this zone that you're going to score. It's just that basketball is simple. And you get the angles and you get it side to side, you're going to have a wide open shot. Millie gets to her spot and knocks it down.
Amara Johnson getting the inbound play, goes down to the left block, tries to fight through a shot through two Mason City Riverhawks. No good as Dykstra comes away with the basketball. She'll push it into the front court, settle down, sets it back to the top of the key to Caldwell. Almost has it poked away. Three, left wing, off the mark, off the back of the iron, and left side. It's rebounded by Millie Heitman as Morgan Hildebrand is checked in the game for the Bobcats. She'll bring it up court. Into the front court over to Amara Johnson. That pressure you can see, though, Dylan, kind of rattling the Cats, especially Amara Johnson.
Well, and
Bowie near side three as well off the mark.
It comes down to the pressure is pressure if you allow it to trap you. If you're ahead of it and you're passing the basketball, the pressure has been broken easily.
Gonzalez at the top of the key. Amara Johnson steps in to guard her and will bump at a foul on Amara Johnson. Third team foul here in the opening quarter. 2:43 to go, first quarter, 7-1 Cats.
It looked almost like Morgan got an elbow to the chops there.
Inbound left wing to Grayson Braun. She'll drive in past Kinsley Bowie, and Frankie Long puts up a shot. It is no good. And the foul is going to come in, I believe, on Kinsley Bowie, and it is her second of the night. And that does send Grayson Braun, a 52% free throw shooter, to the line for 2.
Grayson played a lot last year. She did not shoot the ball well against the Cats. I think she's 2 of 11 and 2 of 9, 4 out of 20 in both of those games. But if you get them to the line, get them scoring, because they're not scoring at all in the half-court set. The only way they've been able to score is the uncontested free throw.
So the first one by Braun is good. Makes it 7-2. Second free throw to come. As a team, 54.5% on the season at the free throw line for Mason City. Second free throw off the back of the iron. Millie Heitman with the rebound off the Braun miss. Morgan Hildebrand will run the point. She'll bring it over the midcourt stripe and angle to the near side wing. Jansen gets the basketball, drives baseline, kicks over to Mara Johnson, right wing. Swings it back to the top, and a reaching foul as Morgan Hildebrand was starting a drive down the left side of the paint. Leah Dykstra will reach in and commit the first Riverhawk foul of the night.
Not all dribbles are created equal. So when you get mismatches and you get defenses go side by side, drive the basketball against that because you have a mismatch.
Oh, Millie Heitman with a skip pass to the far side. It was almost thrown out of bounds, but Georgia Jansen with her lanky arms is able to gather it in, but then it's turned right back over as Mason City steals it away. But now Frankie Long in the front court steals it right back away at the top of the key. Gives it to Millie Heitman, who will bring it up near side. Down to Georgia Jansen, left block. She'll try to go to work, passes it back to Millie Heitman. It is tipped out of bounds by Mason City off of Gonzalez last, and near side corner by our very own Keith Stewart is where the Bobcats will pass it in here as Mallory Myron is into the game for Mara Johnson for the Bobcats.
If I'm Murphy or if I am Frankie Long, I'm demanding a touch. I'm demanding a touch in the post because no one can stop her.
Ball gets to Morgan Hildebrand. A baseline drive and a runner is no good. A clear out rebound by Dykstra. She'll push the issue up to the right wing to Gonzalez. Fakes a three, drives against Heitman. Baseline, has her shot blocked down to the right block. And the outlet pass by Millie Heitman is just thrown away. And it's right back to Caldwell. They'll feed it to Braun. Braun drives to the free throw line, cut off. Gonzalez, three on the near side corner is blocked by Millie Heitman. That's good defense right there. And Heitman will control the basketball as Frankie Long was able to gather in the loose ball.
No matter what level you're at, including the NCAA, you're not used to a 6'1 guard.
Mallory Myron dribbles. Well, they're going to rule that one poked out of bounds by Brogan Evans. She was on the near side corner, got the ball deep, and it looked like she almost dribbled off of her foot, but they say it's off of Mason City as we take a look at that last block by Millie Heitman. Few new other faces into the game. Amara Johnson will check back in, as well as Kira Holstead will enter the game, the junior, for the first time tonight.
This is a very small lineup and not your most offensive lineup.
Holstead, right wing. Dribbles into the corner. Now back to Myron. He'll swing it quickly to Hildebrand. Hildebrand. Nice pass to Holstead. Gets it to Mara Johnson near side corner. She's tripped up as she's driving to the paint. And it's going to be a foul on Mason City. Their second team foul. And it will be a blocking foul as that will be on Leah Dykstra, who just picked up her first a moment ago. That'll be number 2 on her. Baseline left side for Morgan Hildebrand. She'll look to pass it into Halstead, near side corner, has it knocked away, and it's out on the near sideline and back to Mason City. So both teams with poor possession here tonight. A lot of turnovers early on.
You hope it's nerves by the Cats because this has been a really, really rough first quarter where this definitely could be a 15-2 game, 17-2 game if they could just, because they're dominating when they allow the offensive set to go.
Mason City with it in the front court, far side corner for Evans. Evans dribbles out to the free throw line, and she is hung up by Morgan Hildebrand. We did have an inadvertent horn there for a moment, but foul is going to be on Morgan Hildebrand, regardless, her first of the night. 5th team foul, so that's sending Mason City to the free throw stripe. This has been the only way they've been able to score a bucket here tonight is Brogan Evans, a 50% free throw shooter, heads to the line for 2. And the first one is up, and it is good. guess you just, if you want to let him hang around in the game, you keep sending him to the free throw line. But so far tonight, they're only 3 of 5 at the free throw line.
Yeah, and I hope in that time is like Amara's got so much talent that you just want her to calm down a little bit. Give her a little chamomile on the sideline.
Evans' second one is no good. Bobcats with the rebound. Get it to Amara Johnson, who will push it up the near side. Left wing, spin move. Back to Georgia Jansen, top of the key. Backdoor cut by Hildebrand down to left block, throws it away. It's backed up to the top of the keys. It rolls to Millie Heitman. 15 on the shot clock now. Over to Hildebrand. Baseline, left side. She'll drive, and she throws it off of Mason City. Brogan Evans knocked it out off of her knee, and it will be a baseline throw-in with 11 seconds on the shot clock. And good to see Frankie Long checking back into the game. She's been very good on these inbound plays.
Yeah, she's going to dive right to the front of the rim.
Inbound to Jansen, left wing. Swing it to Amir Johnson. Pump fakes on a 3, drives to the free throw line. Step back jumper is no good. Offensive rebound by Heitman. She takes it all the way. A reverse layup is no good on the left side of the hoop. Mason City with the last shot of the first quarter with 4 seconds to go. A drive up the near side and a shot. They're going to rule Amira Johnson with a shooting foul on Grayson Braun, who got the rebound, brought it up the near side, went down to the right block. And Amara Johnson with her second foul of the night as it sends Brogan Evans to the free throw line for the second time tonight. She was just there, went 1 of 2. Grayson Braun is at the free throw line. It's hard to see with their long hair. All I can see is a 2 on the back, but it is Grayson Braun at the free throw line. And she'll convert on the second, missing the first. And that will end the quarter as the Bobcats inbounded. 7-5 is our score at the end of the first quarter. Bobcats with a 2-point lead inside the Roundhouse on KFJB-TV.
At Lennox Employees Credit Union, you're more than a member, you're family. Since 1948, we've been helping members and their families save more, borrow smarter, and reach their financial goals. Whether it's a low-rate auto loan, a mortgage that feels manageable, or simply a savings account that grows with you, we're here to make banking simple and stress-free. Discover the credit union difference today. Visit Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main in Marshalltown, where people helping people is more than a motto, it's who we are. Learn more at lennoxecu.com. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Marshalltown Bobcats leading up on the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard, 7-5 at the end of the first quarter. Now time for a regional scoreboard update, all brought to you by Central State Bank. Dylan?
All righty, and some girls action. We have got a big one. Meskwaki 22, Colonesco 3. Waukee is playing Ankeny. The Hawks up 20-16, and Johnston is at Waukee Northwest. Waukee Northwest is up 11-8. That is in the second quarter.
So Grayson Braun, 3 of 4 at the free throw line. She made those 2 before we ended the first quarter, and that's how it's 7-5 right now. A 3 by Mara Johnson to open up the game, but other than that, it's been a lot of sloppy ball control. She almost loses it there. Heitman gets it down to Frankie Long off the right side of the iron. Gets her own miss, though. An offensive rebound for Frankie Long. Clears it back out to the top of the key to Morgan Hildebrand. Frankie Long, number 1 in 5A in offensive rebounds heading into this one, as she's second in 5A in overall rebounds. Yeah. And a foul inside finally. Frankie Long got the inlet pass down on the left block and fouled. And that'll be number 1 on Grayson Braun here tonight.
She was hacked across the arm in her first shot attempt, and then Braun just got buried.
Heitman gets the inbound on the right block, puts it up quickly off the glass, and it's good, and she's fouled on the play for an and 1. 9-5 Bobcats, and Heitman heads to the free throw line. A 58% free throw shooter, 7 of 12 entering the night. And she'll roll that ball around, and the free throw is going to be strong off the back of the iron. Frankie Long almost got the rebound, beat out by Kinnick Onder, and Mason City will have it. What do you like about that offensive inbound play there, though?
What I love about that is they immediately went to the things that we talked about, is go inside. You have advantage with your length, with your size. Keep going, and you could see right out of the quarter, that's what they did. They know where their bread is buttered, and you see that. Everybody flocks to Frankie on that. They've seen it before, so you get 3 Mason City defenders.
Mason City will throw it away on the inbound play. Hildebrand finds Amira Johnson for the run out for a 2-point bucket. So Mason City got tied up in the paint with Millie Heitman, forced to jump ball. It was with Mason City, and then Hildebrand picked off that inbounds pass, and so a quick play and a quick extension of the lead here. Now 11-5 as we are just through the first minute of the second quarter of play. Mason City will throw up a shot. Wow. As Mason City goes into the paint with Brogan Evans, she just runs right into Frankie Long, and they're going to roll a foul on Frankie. It's her second of the night. Boy, that was an out-of-control drive. I don't know how you award that as a shooting foul.
It's a terrible piece, and it's where just because she fell to the ground does not mean she was fouled. And that is just one of those things that happened. She ran directly, like you said, into Frankie Long, and, of course, she bounced to the ground. Frankie was there. Here we see Frankie stepping up. All right,
she was shuffling her feet just a little bit.
She slid a little bit.
Yep.
And that might have been a traumatic response because we've seen her get a lot of fouls because she was big.
Evans misses the second free throw. Bobcats will throw it up to Hildebrand, who was up in the left block, but the throw was a little bit high and hard for her to handle from Millie Heitman. They'll settle into the offensive end. Drive by Mara Johnson for the far side corner. She crossed over, went inside. Shot was no good. Heitman went for the rebound, not able to control it. Clear out to Gonzalez up the near side. Picked up by Heitman. Picks up her dribble as well. They'll have to pass it away. Now a double team and a tie-up, but no, they're going to roll a reach-in foul, I think, on Kinsley Bowie. And no, it's going to be on Millie Heitman. And that will be her first foul of the night. Second team foul here in the second quarter. 6:08 to play in the second quarter. 11-6 Bobcats. Mason City with the basketball near Brian Murphy in the Bobcat bench.
Here's the first thing that I'd say about tonight. Mason City cannot consistently score in the half court. There is not a chance.
Heitman with another big block as she blocks the shot by Brogan Evans. She was driving on the baseline near side, and the runner was blocked. Hildebrand gets the ball up to the left wing, throws it away. She was looking into big-time traffic right there. There was 3 Mason City Riverhawks right around Kinsley Bowie. Not her best option, and that one luckily tipped away by Mason City. His baseline right side, Hildebrand will inbound with 5:51 in the second quarter. And a bounce pass inbounds, and that is not your best choice on the bounce pass in traffic. And a travel, though, bails out the Bobcats. Magali Gonzalez got the basketball after the turnover, and then immediately he travels and turns it back over to the Bobcats. But on that inbound play, that bounce pass into the paint, into traffic, I mean, you don't see that a whole lot at any level, but, boy, seeing it right there.
You shouldn't see it at any level because it's just not a good play. But you look at this should be a 15-point ball game. Honestly, the defense is so dominant in the half court. And offense, they've been rushing. If you're patient in this half-court set, Mason City cannot deal with the size.
Bobcats will get it to Heitman at the free throw line. She was bumped big time. She swings it over to Mara Johnson, now drives baseline. She's touched on the right hand as she goes up with a shot on the right block, and she'll head to the free throw line for 2 free throws. So Amara Johnson getting the feed from Heitman on that play, but you're right. I mean, it almost seems like the contact's one way, though. A lot of the fouls, there's quite the disparity. Only Mason City with 3 fouls, and the Bobcats with 8 fouls in the first half.
I was exactly going to say that. What they're calling on both ends is drastically different, and this happens sometimes just due to the size differential. We've seen the same refs do a girls' game and a guys' game, and the quality of reffing is totally different.
Yeah.
It just feels like the women's game is so much more difficult to just call. You see a lot of discrepancies.
Amara Johnson with a big opportunity right there with 2 free throw shots, but she misses both of them. And we hold tight at 11-6. Mason City out of control with a shot. Almost a travel by Evans. She gets her own miss, though, underneath the hoop. And now a reach-in foul by Georgia Jansen. Wow. Georgia Jansen will pick up her first foul of the night.
Brian Murphy's pretty over the whistle. I will tell you, he is.
That is 9. 9-3 is the disparity in fouls here in the first half.
Yeah, this is a bit ridiculous.
5:09 to go, second quarter. Bobcats leading 11-6 as that foul on Georgia Jansen. Amara Johnson guarding Gonzalez at the top of the key. Good pressure. Amara Johnson helped force that turnover. Heitman with a loose ball takes it coast to coast. Good. The layup will go for Heitman. She has 6. Timeout, Mason City. 13-6 Bobcats. 7-point lead with 4:53 second quarter on KFJB-TV.
My name is Frankie Long, and you're watching KFJB-TV.
Oh, down there on George Funk Court, Brian Murphy coaching up the Cats. Amara Johnson with great pressure is the reason that turnover happened right there. Millie Heitman picks it off at the free throw line, takes it all the way for the easy layup. 13-6 as Katie Trask called the timeout after the turnover.
Yeah, you look, whenever you're able to pressure the passer, it just makes everything more difficult. But Millie Heitman's at another level. Before the season, I really thought there was 2 players that had a good shot at first team all-conference. And, of course, Frankie Long. But Millie Heitman, she just can kind of do everything. 11 points a game, 2 blocks a game, 4 steals a game, 3 assists a game.
How about this? Some backcourt pressure. They got to be getting close to 10 seconds. There it is. Bobcats finally running that backcourt pressure, and they have it pay off with a backcourt violation out of a timeout for Mason City.
That's the stuff that will drive Coach Trask absolutely insane. You cannot do that.
Jansen passes it down the left block to Heitman. Back to the top of the key to Amara Johnson. Down the right side. Her scoop and score is no good. 2 more free throws for Amara Johnson as she'll head back to the line after she missed both free throws earlier this quarter. She is a 67% free throw shooter coming in, so we'll see if she kind of settles in. But she has just looked a little off-kilter in all aspects except for defense here tonight. And the free throw's no good. She's 0 for 3.
One thing that I have liked is Murphy has switched a little bit. She's played a little bit more off the ball. So she's not bringing it up. She's the third option. So by the time she gets it, she has an advantage. Where she was turning it over early was she's primary coming up, and they set their trap on her. So she's dribbling into not an advantage, but a stalemate at best.
14-6, and Bobcats force a backcourt turnover. Bowie got it, gives it to Amara Johnson on the right block, and it's good for 2. 16-6. 4:15 to go, second quarter. Cats lead. Mason City will throw it away. They picked up their dribble in the backcourt. Grayson Braun just shot it over the far side, over the head of Caldwell, and it's into the fans. And it's back to the Bobcats with 4:10 to go, second quarter, 16-6.
Yeah, you look at this set, is that the Cats only up 10, and stuff like that just is what you cannot do. Play
Bowie,
through
a bad
Frankie.
pass into Jansen. And now Mason City has it knocked away by Jansen, and they're going to rule a foul, her second of the night. She was put on some pressure in the backcourt, and they're just going to rule it a foul right there. That's the 14th foul, so one more, and Mason City will be shooting free throws.
This is the difference between having talent to win conference and winning conference, is you've got to put some stuff together. She's lucky she didn't get a foul on that one.
That is for sure at the midcourt stripe. Jansen knocked it away, and now a backcourt violation. Second one of the game here the second quarter, and this is a new wrinkle into the mix. I know talking before the season, the girls wanted to run that press in the backcourt, and here they're doing it here tonight out of that last time out, and it's paid off twice for them with 2 10-second violations in the backcourt, so the Bobcats will get it back.
Yeah, Michaela Trask was so good last year. Reggie Spots, of course, in front of that. And
Amara Johnson has her pocket picked by Evans. She shuts down Evans, forces a turnover, gets the ball back in the paint. Up court to Heitman on the right block. It's good off the glass for 2 for Heitman. She has 8, and the defense is turning into offense.
And Coach Murphy said they wanted to get up in their ball handlers. They wanted to flip it around a little bit, and the Cats are absolutely making it miserable trying to score in the half court.
Bowie helps knock a ball away as Heitman comes away with the loose ball turned over by Caldwell for Mason City. Into the front court on the right wing for Amira Johnson. Dribbles into pressure, loses the basketball. Mason City will hit the deck and get the basketball back, but before they drive down to the other end, a timeout is on the floor. 18-6, 3:01 to go, second quarter. Excellent defense for the Cats. Offense has been sloppy, but they have a big lead by 12 just before halftime on KFJB-TV.
Tired of just looking for a job? Find a career you'll love. Marshalltown Community College is enrolling now for spring classes. Your future starts here. We offer hands-on career training leading directly to in-demand jobs, from technical skills to healthcare. Our expert faculty and advisors help you find your path. We have flexible schedules, affordable tuition, and programs you can complete entirely online. Stop waiting. Invest in your future today. Spring classes start January 20th. Enroll now. Visit MarshalltownCommunityCollege.com.
Well, the Bobcats have brought their lunch pail on the defensive side of things as they put backcourt pressure on Mason City as they inbound it out of the timeout. Bowie gets tied up, and a foul's going to be called, a reach-in on Brogan Evans, as that will be her first foul of the night. That'll be the 5th team foul, so the Bobcats will go to line with, and actually that is number 2 on Evans here tonight. 18-6, Bobcats with the lead. Bowie at the free throw line, and the first one's up and off the back of the iron. Bobcats really struggling at the free throw line here tonight. Just a 50% free throw shooter as Bowie, 2 of 4 on the season coming in. Second one to come, and that one will roll in and out, no good. Bobcats almost get the rebound. It's thrown away by Mason City, and Frankie Long inside gets tied up. No shooting foul, but it's out on the Bobcats' Kinsley Bowie as the shot was knocked away by Frankie Long down low in the paint. So back to Mason City with 2:46 to go before halftime. 18-6 Bobcats. Mason City will inbound. They'll get it to Gonzalez, who will get it over into the front court. Over the left wing. She'll drop it to the far side corner to Brogan Evans. Back out to the left wing to Donald. Back to Evans on the left wing as they trade places. A drive in and out of control. A double dribble by Evans and a turnover. Back to the Bobcats with 2.5 to go. All right, so Mason City has turned it over a lot. All 6 points here tonight have come at the free throw line. They have not made a field goal, but the Bobcats have not made their free throws, and they turned it over a ton on the offensive side. It seems like they're almost bringing that energy on defense a little too much on the offensive end.
100%. And I would love to see them play a little through a big at the free throw line.
Yes.
Everything is a drive.
Heitman a 3 from straight on. It's off the back of the iron, but a rebound out to the right wing to Kinsley Bowie. Back to Heitman. Now to Jansen. Baseline, near side, drives. Runner's good. Hangs it up at the iron and falls for the first bucket of the night for Georgia Jansen. 20-6 Cats with just under 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. A jumper from the right block over Frankie Long. That was a sky-high shot for Mason City to get her over the long reaching arms.
Donald?
And it was Maggie Donald with her first bucket of the game, and it's the first field goal made of Mason City tonight with 1:40 to go before halftime.
And you look at Frankie just came up, and they're falling.
Skip pass over to the far side corner to Georgia Jansen. Her 3 is no good, but Long with a great rebound inside. Heitman finds Jansen cutting down to the right block, gets her own miss, feeds it out to Bowie, left wing. Extra pass over to Heitman, now to Johnson, right wing. Gathers in a high pass. She is double teamed, fighting through it, held up. It's a jump ball as Amira Johnson got a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she got a little bit too aggressive, and Amira Johnson will be teed up. That'll be her 3rd foul of the night, and a technical foul will give 2 free throws for Mason City and the basketball. We look at the replay here. Amira Johnson just a little bit of a shove there at the end of the play as it sent Brogan Evans down to the deck, and Evans will go shoot the 2 free throws, and Mason City will have the basketball with 1:17 to go before halftime.
And I'm not sure if they're setting in the huddles or whatnot, but I feel like somebody's got to be talking to Amira about some of the things you can tweak during the ball game. Some of the things where you can be, she's offensively a spark plug. She does so many things well, just to kind of tweak her game a little bit.
Evans missed the first free throw. Second one is good as she splits him at the line. She is 3 of 6 at the stripe. 20-9 is our score.
Her 4, she is 3 of 6. All right.
20-9 is our count with 1:17 to go as everyone checks their scorecard at home, keeping along with Dylan.
That's right.
Gonzalez will inbound right in front of the student section on the far sideline. She gets it back off the inbound, drives, runner in the paint, no good off the right side. Heitman with the rebound, clear out to Jansen. She'll bring it up over the midcourt stripe and give it back to Heitman. And a big pass over to the near side. Hildebrand wide open for the three. It does not draw iron. Heitman, though, a backside rebound. Out to Bowie at the top. Now to Jansen, near side corner. Fakes, drives, hangs on the iron. That should count.
No!
They're going to call it off. Jansen, definite big momentum as she was driving inside. They wave off the shot, but it is a blocking foul as that will send Jansen to the line. It's on Gonzalez, her first of the night. We'll probably get a replay of it here momentarily. But Jansen with the first free throw at the line, a 54% free throw shooter. And that one is no good. As we take a look at the replay here, Jansen with the drive, the foul. Boy, that looked like it was pretty close to counting that bucket in an and-one situation. But nevertheless, Jansen with 2 free throws and splits them at the line. As Jansen missed the first, made the second. She has 3 points. It's 21-9. 48 seconds to go. Gonzalez, baseline drive. Her pass is tipped away. She was looking to go over to the left block, and it was tipped away. Looking for Langston Brandt, and it will be back to the Bobcats with 44 seconds to go before halftime.
Yeah, the Cats, if the Cats can find a way to settle in on the offensive side, get it side to side a couple times, they've had wide open shots and opportunities. If you can find a way to play through a big here, not meaning you have to shoot it inside, but at least play through it.
Jansen for the left wing tries to pass down to the right block to Frankie Long. It is tipped away quickly. Riverhawks work it up court. Gonzalez feeds on a cutting Evans. She has her shot knocked away by Frankie Long, and the Bobcats can play for the final shot of the first half, leading 21-9. Heitman, left wing, kind of a spin move down the left block, gets her own miss, up and under, she'll miss it. Frankie Long with an offensive rebound, put back is no good. Out to Georgia Jansen, she is bumped and fouled with 1.4 seconds to go in the first half, and that will send Georgia Jansen to the free throw line. A whole lot going on there. Heitman with a couple of chances, Long with a chance. Neither could get it to go, but the rebound went out to Jansen on the left wing, and on the drive she was fouled as the Riverhawks was scrambling back defensively. So Jansen just at the line a moment ago. She has 2 free throws. She split them at the line. And the officials checking on something there momentarily.
Somebody has to be in that spot, I guess.
So it's the second foul of the night on Magali Gonzalez. Oh, I think they changed the play. I think they did give it. And
they called it a lane violation on the Cats. So
okay, gotcha. All right, so a lane violation. So it'll be 22-9 at the break as Jansen does make the 1 free throw. As Jansen has, they gave both free throws to her. We'll check on that as we go to halftime. 22-9 is our score as the Bobcats leading Mason City, trying to beat the Riverhawks for the first time since 2019. Halftime report coming up right here on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
From preschool to graduation day, Marshalltown Community School District prepares students for success in a global world. Embrace the lead with curriculum that prepares students for tomorrow's challenges, giving your child unmatched college and career advantages. Embrace the lead by developing talents beyond the classroom through extracurricular opportunities and by focusing on student well-being and whole child development. Create a global learning community right here in Marshalltown. Learn more at marshalltown.k12.ia.us.
McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is your local furniture store in Marshalltown. With their extensive inventory, you're sure to make a winning selection when you shop McGregor's for your bedroom, living room, and dining room furnishings. McGregor's has the right play for every room in your home. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is proud to be your locally owned and operated furniture store since 1896 and very proud to support Bobcat Athletics again this season. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, open 7 days a week.
Scooters Coffee in Marshalltown wishes you the happiest holidays and a wonderful start to the new year full of love, laughter, and coffee. Remember to fuel yourself through the busy days. Stop by Scooters Coffee in Marshalltown for your favorite seasonal drinks, classic go-tos, or a little treat just for you. Whether it's a warm latte, a sweet holiday-inspired drink, or a pick-me-up on a chilly day, Scooters has something to make your day brighter. Scooters Coffee in Marshalltown, keeping you energized, refreshed, and ready to enjoy every moment of the season.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
The Halftime Report, powered by Scouting America. Adventure on.
Well, a little bit of a sloppy first half offensively for the Bobcats, but they've definitely played well on the defensive end. They've only allowed one made field goal for Mason City. As up on the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard, they lead it 22-9. Leading scores for the Bobcats, Amara Johnson with 8, Millie Heitman with 8, and Millie Heitman is our Cat Connection at halftime, all presented by Tyler Prashong State Farm. That's coming up on our halftime report, all powered by Scouting America, Mid-Iowa Council. Adventure on.
I didn't really have much growing up, but I did have a mom, and she gave me a strong foundation. She signed me up for Scouts. I quickly fell in love with the outdoors. Showed me how to take responsibility, how to work with other people, and how to become a leader. That made me a better athlete on the field. Scouting made me the man I am today.
Wayward Social is the place for fun. With 20 lanes of bowling, leagues for all levels, great food and drink options, an awesome arcade, there is a ton of fun to be had at Wayward Social for date night, family fun, or the company party with plenty of space for everyone. Visit Wayward Social on Facebook for updates on specials and live music. It is all on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Visit wayward-social.com to start planning your group outing at Wayward Social, the place for fun.
The Cat Connection, powered by State Farm, mtownproud.com.
It is our Cat Connection, all brought to you by Tyler Prashong, State Farm, mtownproud.com. Here with Millie Heitman, senior for the Marshalltown Bobcats. Can you believe that you're a senior already? I can't. I mean, I've seen you out there on the floor for the past 4 years. Has it been flying by?
Yeah, it's gone really fast.
I know it's maybe an overarching question, but it's probably hard to define. But what has this team meant, and to see their improvement out there on the floor? It just seems like every year the win totals go up a little bit, and the improvement that you can see out there is gone. What's it kind of meant to see that effort paying off?
It means a lot. I mean, we put in a lot of practice, or a lot of effort in practice. We put in a lot of effort outside of practice and everything. And I think it, just seeing it pay off and seeing it on the court actually, transfer over to the court is really important. It means a lot to me, and I think the team as well.
Yeah, of course, your friend Georgia has always mentioned the number one thing is having fun out there. But tell me what kind of fun you ladies have, either on the long bus rides or in practice, because it genuinely does seem like that is. You come out to Bobcat Live, the whole team's pretty much there, and everybody seems to just enjoy everyone else having fun.
Yeah, I think no matter what we do, we're always having fun. I mean, we all like each other. We're all friends. It's just like a big friend group hangout thing, but it's for a sport. So It's a little less fun when you have the sport in there. But we all hang out outside of practice anyway.
Yeah, for sure. What's it like to have your mom on the coaching staff? I don't know if I've ever asked you that before, but what's it kind of mean to you to see her over there?
It's normal, I guess. She coached me all growing up, so like it didn't really change when we got to high school. It just sometimes I get home and she's like, "You could have done this better," and I'm like, "Okay."
So the coaching never stops; it keeps going.
Yeah, just constant.
Of course, in your senior year, we've seen this team go from your freshman year, 3 wins, 6 wins, 9 wins a year ago. What kind of step forward or what kind of goals do you have kind of laid out for this team and expectations-wise?
I think a team goal, or at least my goal, is to win the conference this year. I think we can. I think we're a good team. I think if we play to our full potential, we have a very good chance of winning the conference and beating teams who people wouldn't have expected us to beat last year, even yeah.
Of course, I know you were bumped up by a little bit of injury over your junior season. So how do you feel coming in senior year and health-wise?
I feel good. I mean, I feel like this is the healthiest I've been since sophomore year. So, I mean, honestly, being at my full potential and then just being able to show it on the court is also very important to me, and I feel very good about where I am.
Yeah, good. What kind of things have you worked on in your game in the off season?
A little bit of everything. I worked on dribbling, mid-range, threes, layups, just anything.
All right. If you had to critique a teammate like Georgia Jansen, let's say her, what is the biggest thing you would critique about, maybe practice-wise or something like that? Is there something you rib her about or give her grief about out there? Because I'm sure it's fun, but there's also some, competitiveness out there on the floor too.
Yeah, I told Georgia she should make her layups a lot more. That's about it. I just like to joke around with her about that because I miss them too, but sometimes she just she's right there and she just don't make them, and I'm like, Georgia, come on. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, we always have a bunch of fun covering girls basketball and wish you nothing but the best of luck in your senior season.
Thank you.
All right. That is Millie Heitman with our Cat Connection, all brought to you by Tyler Prashong, State Farm, mtownproud.com.
Like any good neighbor, sometimes you move. Here at Tyler Prashong State Farm, we have moved to our new office location at 2110 South Center Street here in Marshalltown. I'm Tyler Prashong. I'm so proud of my team and what we have helped build, but we couldn't have done it without you. We are passionate about what we do and care about the community we serve. I invite you to our new location and see how we can make a positive impact in your life.
We'd love to talk to you about what makes you
M-Town proud.
You're an empty nester closing in on that retirement property. Chances are your plans didn't include mom moving in, but life happens and you do the right thing. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement means caring for yourself and a loved one, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East Southridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is powered by Central State Bank, locations in Ames, State Center, and West Des Moines. Eye Care Associates of Marshalltown, Conrad, and Toledo. Hy-Vee of Marshalltown. It pays to perk with Hy-Vee Perks. And Legends American Grill, Marshalltown Steakhouse.
Bobcats leading 22-9 at the break, as that will wrap up our halftime report, all presented by Scouting America. Adventure on. Second half, we'll get going when we come back on KFJB-TV.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
I'm Georgia Jansen, and you're watching KFJB-TV.
The red and blue have the basketball to begin the second half. And 4 seconds into our second half, the Bobcats passing it in, and a whistle. Dylan, what'd you see?
The clock didn't start.
There we go.
Shot clock didn't start, and the Cats had an advantage as the ball went into the post. The scorekeeper got us.
Yeah. So they'll dwindle a few seconds down on the shot clock. And they'll reset it to 7:55. So 5 seconds come off the clock. I don't know why you just don't reset and start it all over.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Amara Johnson will get the inbound pass as Bobcats go left to right on your radio dial. The white tops and bottoms, Mason City, and the black tops and bottoms here on the road inside the Roundhouse. Inside to Heitman, turnaround jumper, right block off the glass. What a great look for Heitman. She has 10, and that was a beautiful post move inside.
Best set all night. The screener gets the post up as she dribbled it out of bounds. The screener
Mason City will throw it
the
away,
setup.
though.
She back picks for Georgia Jansen, or she picks down for Georgia Jansen. You see it right here. Gets that pick and then just turns and posts. And because she's 6'1", and she takes it aggressively up off the glass and in. That's exactly what you want to see, an A-plus set for the Cats.
Mason City a 3 on the right wing. It is no good. Heitman with the rebound. Clear out to Amara Johnson. She'll push it up the court, settles it down. A wise move right there. She did not have an advantage. Over to Bowie. Right wing. Feeds into Jansen. She's tied up in a shooting foul. Brogan Evans comes in late to guard Georgia Jansen on the right block. And that will send Georgia Jansen to the line for the second time tonight as Evans will pick up her third foul of the night.
It seems Coach Heitman and Coach Murphy saw what we saw. You know, it felt like they got him to the locker room, were able to settle him down, and be like, all right, we are dominating defensively. Can we match that on the offensive end?
And Jansen will miss the first free throw, second one to come. As 24-9, our current score after Heitman opened up the second half with that beautiful play on the right block that we just saw a moment ago. And so Jansen will try to get the second of the 2 free throws. And this one off the back of the iron, no good. Mason City will come away with the rebound. A lack of offense and a lack of production at the free throw line tonight. Bobcats have only made 3 free throws. They've been there quite a bit. 7 minutes to go, third quarter. Free throw line, picked up the dribble, did Donald in the front court for Mason City. At the top of the key, a drive by Caldwell. Passes over near side, and she was looking for Leah Dykstra, but the long arms of Millie Heitman knocked it out near the Riverhawk bench.
Yeah, you're seeing everything of why the Cats can win conference and why they might not here tonight. Just their defense is otherworldly.
15-foot jumper on the near side, just inside the left wing, is no good for Mason City. Oh, the paint opens wide open for Amara Johnson. She has a hesitation move and drives right down an empty paint for her 10th point now on the night. 26-9. Frankie Long with a block. A runner in the paint by Gonzalez is off the mark. Clear out to Amara Johnson. Hesitates, drives down. A scoop and score on the left block. It is no good. She is fouled as Leah Dykstra will pick up the foul, her third of the night. That sends Amara Johnson to the line for 2. And actually, I had 1 less for Dykstra. That is her 4th of the night. So 26-9. Dykstra in foul trouble. Brogan Evans has 3 here tonight. Amara Johnson at the stripe for the 3rd time tonight. She'll rattle in the first. And she is 2 of 5 at the stripe tonight with the second free throw to come. We have a couple of substitutions as Maggie Donald will check out. And back into the game is Kinnick Onder for Mason City.
Cats coming in shooting 52% from the line as a team. You'd love to see that up around 60.
Johnson with the miss. Frankie Long with the rebound, but steps out of bounds on the baseline. It's a turnover back to Mason City as Grayson Braun will pass it in for Mason City as the Bobcats putting on that backcourt pressure as Bowie will guard on Gonzalez on the inbound. She swings it back to Braun, back to Gonzalez. He'll get it over the timeline and tipped away by Millie Heitman as it goes right to Kinnick Onder, loses it, gathers it back, swings it out to Gonzalez on the left wing, and as that happens, a timeout. Mason City will take a timeout behind head coach Katie Trask. Bobcats up big in the Roundhouse, 27-9, third quarter.
We do more than just t-shirts and hoodies. Check with Adlet Engraving and Screen Print for awards, lasered items, embroidery, and of course, imprinted apparel. 307 Riverside right here in Marshalltown. Easy parking, delivery is available.
Refinance your auto loan with Members First Community Credit Union. For a limited time, refinance your auto loan from another lender and receive 1% cash back up to $500. Scan the QR code to apply online. Call us or visit a Members First branch.
Have Van Wyck Wood Builders design and build the storage shed you need. So many different options to choose from. Van Wyck Wood Builders, just 5 miles south of I-80 in Grinnell on Highway 146. Online at vanwyckwoodbuilders.com.
Mason City with the basketball out of the timeout taken by the Riverhawks. Inbound to Gonzalez. She got it to Brandt. Now feeds it inside. A good step-through move for Grayson Braun, who has her first field goal of the night. She has 5 points, 27-11, 5:45 and counting in the third quarter. Mara Johnson into the front court. Behind her back, she'll dribble, swings it to Heitman. Now comes over to the near side to the right wing to Bowie. Bowie gives it back to Heitman as she cuts down the right side of the paint. Turnaround jumper off the glass again for 2. 12 for Heitman, and that is a beautiful move for the second time here in the third quarter for Heitman.
I was always told the glass is there for a reason, use it. And she's going Tim Duncan out there.
Braun dumps it off to Gonzalez backside. She drove to the heart of the paint. Left block, Gonzalez wide open. She finds her first field goal of the night, 29-13. 5:10 to go, third quarter. Johnson brings it up the court.
Back-to-back possessions. They're able to get it into the lane. Defense collapses, and they've found wide open shots.
Jansen drives down to the left block, and a blocking foul is going to be picked up on Magali Gonzalez. Her third foul of the night as we take a look at that last offensive shot by Millie Heitman. Just a great move near the midway point of the paint on that turnaround jumper.
We talk about this in the guys' game, is when Kyle is 6'3", almost 6'4", is able to get somebody in the post mid-range jumper. No one can go with him. Same with Millie Heitman. She's got a 5-inch advantage there.
Hildebrand passed in on the inbounds, going for Frankie Long, but the pass was way off the mark. Bobcats come away with it. Amara Johnson dribbles near side corner, drives baseline, cut off by Gonzalez, feeds late to Heitman. She's going crazy here in the third. She has 6 third quarter points, and it's now a 31-13 lead as the offense finally coming alive for the Bobcats, playing through Millie Heitman, a trap near side corner, picking up her dribble as Caldwell trying to get the ball away. She'll find Braun, who gets it to the top of the key to Gonzalez. 3 from straight on. In and out, it pops. And Frankie Long with a great defensive rebound. Out to Hildebrand, who will settle it down and bring it over the midcourt M. And a timeout's going to be called. A full timeout with head coach Brian Murphy will take it with them. It's 31-13, 4:21, third quarter on KFJB-TV.
Brown's Shoe Fit has a great selection of athletic footwear, including Hoka, Brooks, On Cloud, Birkenstock, and Taos. Brown's Shoe Fit can find the right shoe for every occasion for both men and women, including dress shoes, casual shoes, work boots, and more. They carry multiple sizes and widths to ensure the best fit for you. Their expert-friendly staff will take the time to give you the service you deserve. Brown's Shoe Fit, downtown Marshalltown, with you every step of the way.
Welcome back to the Marshalltown Roundhouse. We have a guest on the broadcast. Phoebe has joined us, Dylan.
Yeah, she's great. She gave me a high five, so we're in speaking terms again. She wouldn't give me knuckles for a while. Let's see if she'll give me one more high five. She gave me a Go Bobcats, though.
She did.
So that's pretty awesome.
She loves to say that. We were at the dinner table the other night, and all of a sudden, she just said, "Go Bobcats." So,
I love it.
We got a future Cat in the making. 4:21, third quarter. Bobcats with the lead and the basketball at the timeout by head coach Brian Murphy. Amara Johnson at the top of the key. Swings it over to Heitman. Now skip pass over to Morgan Hildebrand. Hildebrand will drive in and takes a jumper outside the left block. And Mason City will get the baseline rebound and bring it up the near side.
The offensive sets, even though that was a miss, it ended with a shot. The offensive sets are so much better here in the third quarter with Amara Johnson driving to create as the Bobcats knock it away. She drove to create that layup for Millie, was her best play of the night. Just absolutely fantastic.
Gonzalez nearly double-teamed at the top of the key. Got it over to the right wing. Here goes a drive by Caldwell. Pulls up, and it's no good. Oh, it's a 3 on nobody. Amara Johnson off the rebound. Takes it all the way, and it will bounce off the iron, and in it will fall. for Amira Johnson as the Bobcats now lead it 33-13, and a turnover. It's a 20-point lead with 3:20 to go, and the Bobcats force another turnover. Heitman will bring it into the front court. Swings it to Bowie, wide open, right block, and it's good for two. Kinsley Bowie finally finds her first bucket of the game here with 3:05 in the third quarter. Great passing, though. That has really come alive here in the second half.
The offense looks otherworldly. It looks so much different.
Inside, they pass it to Braun. She's going to be fouled from behind, and it looks like it was on Frankie Long, unless it was Millie Heitman with a reach in, and no, it is going to be Long from behind. That'll be your third foul of the night. 35-13 is our score.
Braun's done a nice job here in the third quarter to get Frankie on her hip, to use her quickness.
Phoebe,
there she is.
Can you wave to the camera? Look at the camera right there. There you go. Good job. We're making her a YouTube celebrity here tonight.
You know who can't wave to the camera? Our very own producer, David Braga. He's still mad about Matt Campbell. Look at him. Just crying.
Phoebe, can you say go Bobcats?
Don't say what Coach Jimmy Rogers said the other night.
Yeah, don't say that for sure. And the free throw is good. And it makes it 35-15. So both free throws good right there for Mason City. And as the Bobcats bring it into the front court. Yeah, bye, baby. See you tomorrow.
And just to be fair, Brandon was not talking to me. He was talking to his daughter. We've been together 6 years.
Which it will be tomorrow. She'll probably be in bed by the time we get
right.
home. All right, I was a little distracted. Who made both free throws? Was that?
That was Braun.
Okay. All right, now I got my scorecard up to date.
Family first always.
That is for sure. Jansen gets a feed inside, has it knocked away. She got the feed by Kira Holstead, who was on the right wing. 2.5 minutes to go. Third quarter. Wide open. Far side corner. Evans. Can't do that. Evans knocks down the three. She had nobody around her. She has 6 on the night. That is her first field goal of the game. 35-18.
The defense is sloughed off a little bit. That was such an incredible first half. They've given up 9 here in this third quarter, and they're doubling the post whenever the post gets the touch. So you look when you're going to the post now. Now I'm looking to kick back out and see if you can get a Morgan Hildebrand, Georgia Jansen, or Kinsley Bowie 3.
A 3 skims off the iron for Braun as Jansen back on the offensive end. She kind of put a scoop and score up, but it was easily knocked away. Kind of flailing at the hoop. 35-18. Minute 52 to go. Third quarter. We have another timeout on the floor taken by the Bobcats. We'll take it with them. You're locked in to KFJB-TV.
You planned and saved for your child to go to college, but medical school after graduation was a surprise. A happy, expensive surprise. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When opportunities surprise you, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East Southridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
I'm Kinsley Bowie, and you're watching Bobcat basketball on KFJB-TV.
Head coach Brian Murphy for the Bobcats takes the timeout. Bobcats still lead this third quarter, outpacing Mason City 13-9, but probably a good stopping point as reset on the defense and offensive end as Georgia Jansen loses the basketball off her right side, and over by the score table it rolls. Jansen also looks just a little bit off here tonight, especially controlling that basketball as Amira Johnson checks back into the basketball game.
Georgia can handle the ball a little bit. She's not a primary ball handler that should be bringing the ball up at any point.
Heitman knocks away an entry pass to the free throw line, hits the deck, and a tie-up possession arrow keeps it with Mason City with a minute 36 to go in the third quarter. Langston Brandt will inbound on the near side as Hildebrand guards on her. Inbound to Caldwell, picked up by Hildebrand. Trying to drive left and switches hands and lose the basketball. Hildebrand knocks it away. Oh, they're going to pick up a ticky-tack foul on Hildebrand. And she had a little bit of a late reach in right there. That's her second of the night. And Mason City will inbound from the near side. The pace of fouls has slowed a little bit, though, here in the third quarter.
It's evened out a little bit as well.
Inbound pass to Braun, drives to the left block, and Heitman with a huge block right there. It goes out of bounds, and they'll keep it with Mason City.
She blocked it right back into her hand, and Mason City actually hit it out of bounds.
Inbound near side corner. Halstead with a great defensive play, knocking away from Brogan Evans on the inbound.
If we have the block at some point, you can see it because she blocked it back into her hand. You see that, and it's actually out on Grayson Braun.
Near side, they'll inbound with Dykstra. Left wing, Braun gets it, drives in. Heitman knocks away the shot, but I believe it might be Halstead underneath who kind of bumped on the drive.
It has to be on the hip.
I believe it is on Halstead there, and it is her first of the night.
It was down low on the hip.
Braun just kind of drove right into her, and sliding in was Halstead picking up her first of the night. Third team foul here in the third quarter. And the rainbow free throw is no good by Grayson Braun, and a second one to come.
Yeah, you see the bump low.
Braun's second free throw, it will be good. She'll split him at the line. Grayson Braun with 8 points tonight. Bobcats will work it into the front court with Millie Heitman. Over to Halstead. Halstead driving baseline, cut off. Back to Hildebrand. Three, wide open, and off the back of the iron. No good. Rebound Caldwell underneath on the left block.
Love that shot, though. Great job by Halstead kicking it out. Morgan's going to knock those down.
Dykstra dribbles to the left block, but it's out of bounds on Mason City. Back to the Bobcats. They fed it in to Braun on the left block, but it was too far of a pass out of her reach, and she dribbled it off the baseline. So back to the Cats with 51 seconds to go, third quarter, as Frankie Long will check back into our basketball game, playing with 3 fouls here tonight. The game has not gone through Frankie enough here tonight.
No.
Only 2 points for her as Halstead will check out.
And not many touches. Millie Heitman is, like, you want to play a lot through her because she's so gifted a lot of different spaces. But if you can get Millie and Frankie involved in a 2-person game, which they've done at times, I don't think enough tonight.
Yeah.
Like, that is lethal. We're playing often away from Frankie way too often.
Dykstra passes in, gets the basketball back as Morgan Hildebrand threw away the inbound pass. It was a bounce pass on the inbound, but she was able to knock it away. So it kept it with Mason City, and now Braun drives down to the right block, and I believe as soon as Frankie Long checks back into the game, she's going to get a push called on her on the defensive rebound. And it will stay with Mason City as Frankie Long will immediately check back out as Georgia Jansen's back in.
You think size is an advantage. That is a box out. My gosh. That you think
inbound over the right wing is knocked away by Georgia Jansen. Into the crowd it goes. It will stay with Mason City.
Size advantage is kind of a double-edged sword. Is that any movement, any contact is going to cause people to move.
Inbound to Braun. She takes a right wing three. It is no good. Jansen knocks it away, and Heitman comes up with the rebound. She'll push it up the court with 25 seconds to go. Shot clock is off. Late feet. Hildebrand, and she is caught on the hand as she takes a jumper from the left block, and she'll head to the free throw line for 2 free throws. And that is the 4th team foul on Mason City. First personal foul here tonight on Langston Brandt, number 40 for Mason City. And the first free throw is no good as Hildebrand, her first trip to the free throw line tonight. Coming in on the season, a 50% free throw shooter, just 2 of 4 on the season.
She's that interesting one that is a good shooter but has struggled in the line both years.
No good on the second free throw. Mason City with a rebound. They can play for the final shot here of the quarter. Backcourt pressure being put on by the Bobcats. They'll try to get over the timeline with Caldwell. Nearly a 10-second violation, but she gets it over. Oh, that was a travel all day. And it's back to the Bobcats. Armani Caldwell looking to pass and just took 3 steps, and it will be a travel and a turnover back to the Bobcats. Maybe they can get the final shot of the first half. An inbounds pass, ill-advised from Heitman, thrown away. She was going for Jansen. Ball is on the floor. A tie-up as Amara Johnson will force it with 2.2 seconds to go in the third quarter. It's back to the Bobcats. So Heitman with a bad inbounds pass there at midcourt looking for Jansen. That one hung up there for days.
You got a baseball pass that thing. That's a big throw. And this is almost that thing where
Bowie inbounds with 1 second. Johnson tries a half-court shot, but it comes up short, you were saying?
We now don't get the ball to start the fourth quarter where you have your full allotted shot clock. So it's a little bit of a double-edged sword there.
35-19 as we head to the fourth quarter. Bobcats looking to go 6-0 on the season. Here tonight, hosting the Mason City Riverhawks on the Friday Showcase.
Have Van Wyck Wood Builders design and build the storage shed you need. So many different options to choose from. Van Wyck Wood Builders, just 5 miles south of I-80 in Grinnell on Highway 146. Online at vanwyckwoodbuilders.com.
Refinance your auto loan with Members First Community Credit Union. For a limited time, refinance your auto loan from another lender and receive 1% cash back up to $500. Scan the QR code to apply online. Call us or visit a Members First branch.
We do more than just t-shirts and hoodies. Check with Adlet Engraving and Screen Print for awards, lasered items, embroidery, and of course, imprinted apparel. 307 Riverside right here in Marshalltown. Easy parking, delivery is available.
8 minutes to go inside the Roundhouse. Bobcats try to end a 31-game losing streak to the Mason City Riverhawks here tonight. They're up 35-19 up on the Marshalltown Ivy scoreboard. Mason City starts the fourth quarter. A jumper just inside the free throw line. It is no good by Leah Dykstra, and there's a scrum for the rebound. Mason City kind of flailing away from the play as Grayson Braun, as she got tied up with Kinsley Bowie. Possession arrow with the Bobcats. And with 7:48 to go in the fourth quarter, Cats will have it back on the offensive end.
She got swung around a little bit and then ran right into her teammate's shoulder. Knocked herself in the nose pretty good.
Inbound to Hildebrand, gets it back to Kinsley Bowie, who pushes it over the 10-second line. Out on the right wing, she's going to get a screen, but she picks up her dribble first, so that didn't help her and has it knocked away. But luckily bailed out with a reach-in foul on Brogan Evans, and that will be number 4 on her.
And you said that perfectly, as you're getting a pick to you and then you pick up the basketball. Now you just are standing there chatting with your friends and 2 defenders right there. It really messes you up, messes up the flow.
Bowie will inbound right by the scorer's table. She'll pass it into Jansen in the near side corner. Gives it to Hildebrand. Puts a lollipop up. She felt the pressure, and I thought she had to go too high on it, but it misses everything, and it's back to Mason City off the rebound. Caldwell brings it up the near side, almost has it poked away by the Bobcats. She is double-teamed way out high and throws it right to Bowie, who throws it right back to Mason City. She was looking for Hildebrand, but the play was just not there. And Mason City will throw it right back. Jansen has it. She'll drive down the left block. Kicks to Mara Johnson, wide open for a 3. Her second look of the night, but not able to convert on that one, as she made a 3 to begin the night, but has really fallen off after that. And in transition, Leah Dykstra will travel. She was looking to get it up to Grayson Braun in the front court, but she moved her feet too quickly, and it is right back to the Bobcats. So Bowie will pass it in right by the student section to Amara Johnson in the backcourt. Gets a screen from Hildebrand. Goes to the right wing. A bounce pass over to Jansen. Feeds it into Heitman off the bottom of the backboard. It's no good as Gonzalez comes away with a rebound for Mason City.
Couple great scoring opportunities. Cats just couldn't get it to go.
And Amara Johnson from behind. Brogan Evans has it knocked away by Johnson, and it will stay with Mason City, but good defense to get back in position there to guard.
Yeah, defensively, the Cats so long, so quick, and they have boundless energy here tonight.
Mason City will have it in the front court on the right wing. Bowie hits the deck, and a tie-up and a blocking foul as Brogan Evans started to drive on her, and they get tied up, as that will be number 3 on Kinsley Bowie. And that is the first team foul here in the fourth quarter for the Bobcats with 6:29 to go in the basketball game. Inbound, far side, baseline drive from the corner by Evans. Her shot well off the side of the iron, and Hildebrand just losing the basketball. Turnover right back to Mason City. A jumper from 15 foot out on the near side is no good. Hildebrand with a rebound, passes to Heitman. Boy, I don't know if somebody slicked that ball up before the game, but nobody can keep a handle on it. Ball control by both teams has been very poor here tonight. Bowie on the right wing has the basketball. Looking for something. Heitman's going to cut to the near side corner. She'll get it from Bowie. Looking inside, nobody's there. Frankie Long with 4 fouls tonight. She is on the bench. They pass into Jansen. 2 defenders on her. It's knocked away. Gonzalez comes away with the basketball. Picks up her dribble just over midcourt. Amira Johnson all over her. Johnson hits the deck. She'll get up. She looks to be okay. Looks like she got hit in the mouth. And on that, Dykstra is open for a 3 on the left wing and knocks it down for her first bucket of the night. 35-22, 5:35 to go in the basketball game. Timeout on the floor by the Bobcats. We'll take it with them. You're watching KFJB-TV.
Anytime is a great time to treat yourself at Dairy Queen. From legendary blizzards and cakes to juicy burgers and crispy fries. Whatever you're craving, we've got you covered. Both Marshalltown locations have all your lunch and dinner favorites to keep you smiling and coming back for more. Right now, try the sauced and tossed sweet chili chicken strip basket, frosted sugar cookie blizzard, or the holiday nog shake. Don't wait. Swing by either Marshalltown location or get Dairy Queen delivered today.
I'm Millie Heitman. You're watching KFJB-TV.
Well, on an off night, Dylan, you still find yourself up 13 with 5:35 to go, and it's been the defense that's really done a lot of the dirty work here tonight. Offense has not been great on either side of the basketball, but I mentioned to Coach Murphy, if the Bobcats hold Mason City to 23 here tonight, you'd have to like the final stat line here tonight, and they've pretty much done that even though we still have 5:35 to play.
Yeah, the Cats' defense has been exceptional, but you saw in that last half-court set is Millie Heitman, like a quarterback, almost stares down the receiver, making it easy on the defense to know where she's going with the basketball.
Basketball in the backcourt as the Bobcats pass it in out of the timeout by Brian Murphy. Georgia Jansen has it left wing. Back to Heitman at the top as they set up the offense. Amira Johnson right wing. Frankie Long is back into the game playing with 4 fouls. Jansen left wing. Dribbles to the top, hands off to Bowie. Back to the left wing to Heitman, drops it into Frankie Long. Great play, but can't convert. Frankie Long's a little too strong. It rolls off the right side of the iron. Rebound brought in by Armani Caldwell.
Perfect set, though. Absolute gorgeous set.
Evans has it in the deep corner, passes to Gonzalez, right wing. Who gets it to Caldwell at the free throw line. A bounce pass down to the left block, turnaround jumper. Frankie Long says, give me that, and she'll snatch that basketball away. Outlet to Georgia Jansen, up to Heitman into the front court.
Last time they also played Heitman and Long on the same side of the set that we had mentioned. That'd be a good idea earlier in the third quarter.
Mismatch in the paint as Gonzalez was matching up against Frankie Long. Bobcats have it near side with Heitman. Bowie at the top of the key. Amira Johnson will have it right wing. Drops it into Frankie Long. Gets tied up. And they're going to roll it on Gonzalez.
Yeah,
Frankie was kind of hooking there, though. That was close to getting called for a double foul right there as Gonzalez fouled initially. That'll be her 4th foul of the night, and Frankie was ripping away trying to go inside.
And we've seen Frankie, the Newton game, picked up a couple of those on the hooks.
Jansen gets the bounce pass on the inbound by Bowie, and she's fouled as she was trying to go up with the shot. She'll head to the line for 2 free throws.
And that's going to be on Brogan Evans again.
And that is her 5th of the night, and Brogan Evans is out. She'll finish with 6 points for Mason City tonight, as we'll have a substitution momentarily on the foul. So Jansen at the line for 2 for the Bobcats. This will be her 3rd trip of the night. She is 2 of 4. And a substitution in here as Langston Brandt will check in for Brogan Evans, who fouls out. And she'll get an applause from the Mason City faithful. I know that, Dylan, you haven't been thoroughly enjoying the offense for the Bobcats here tonight, but what they are doing is impressive. 35-22, especially on the defensive side, as Jansen rattles in the first to make it a 36-22, but 31 game winning streak for Mason City looks to be coming to an end here tonight.
What I will say offensively here in the second half, where they've ran sets, it's been what you want from this team moving forward.
Yep.
And defensively, this is more than you could ever want. This is Christmas when you open up that PlayStation 5. It's like, this is fantastic.
Bowie will help force a turnover as Jansen gets a feed from Heitman, but Jansen has it ripped away from behind. Jansen made both free throws, so it's 37-22, under 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Kind of put Georgia in a bad position there.
Caldwell passes into Braun. Braun has it knocked away by Frankie Long, but Braun gets it back on the right block as she'll just toss it away. She kind of tried to step through a couple of Bobcats. Heitman comes up with a loose basketball. She'll push the issue. A little Euro step it off the glass. It is good for Millie Heitman, who's having a big night tonight for the Marshalltown Bobcats with 16 points.
I did give her a standing O on that thing. A little spin back off the glass after the Euro step. Look at this thing. Bink, bink. Reverse spin up off the glass. My goodness, Millie Heitman, last 3 games, just putting it on fools.
And now Mason City will throw it right into the hands of Georgia Jansen, who from behind, she's going to be fouled by Gonzalez, and that'll be it for Gonzalez. That'll be her 5th foul of the night, and she'll finish with 3 points tonight for Mason City, who have now lost 2 starters in this game. That is the 5th team foul, so it will send Georgia Jansen right back to the free throw line for the 4th time tonight.
And really, for me, it's just like patience. It's patience in that half court is because when they've been patient, yes, they've gotten transition points. Those are great. It's where they get sped up in the half court sets where they've struggled. But here in the second half, they've ran through some sets, gotten great shots at the three-point line, but also on the block. So a lot of building blocks for the Cats.
Jansen, first one is up and good.
And I'll tell you, nothing makes a coach happier than a big win with lots to work on, because you're like, yeah, we did great, we got that win, but we still have a higher ceiling.
40-22 now the score, and Jansen will roll it in. She's a perfect 4 of 4 here in the fourth quarter at the free throw line. She is 6 of 8 at the stripe here tonight for all 8. She has 10 points now after that made free throw. 41-22. Approaching 3 minutes to go in the basketball game. Frankie Long picks off a pass as they were trying to go inside to Grayson Braun from Caldwell. Clears it out to Heitman, who will bring it up the floor.
Cats have 3 players in double figures.
Bowie near a far side 3 is going to miss the iron. And a rebound by Caldwell. And it's headed back the other way as they'll throw it right into the feet of Georgia Jansen as the ball rolls up the court. Braun will come away with it. She'll drive down, and a block shot by Frankie Long again. Boy, she has been a nemesis for Grayson Braun here tonight. And Kinsley Bowie over the timeline into the front court.
She and Millie both at least have 4 blocks apiece, but I love watching Amara Johnson in that defensive shuffle. She is just locked in.
Amara Johnson driving to the free throw line, and a jumper is no good. A lot of dribbling right there. Tried to buy herself some room and did not find anybody to pass it to. So Mason City comes away with the rebound off the Johnson miss. As we're now approaching 2 minutes to go, and a reach-in foul, I believe, on Bowie, and it will be on Kinsley Bowie, her 4th foul of the night. As we do have a substitution, Morgan Hildebrand is going to check in for Georgia Jansen. Second team foul on the Bobcats here in the fourth quarter. 2:03 remaining. Again, 41-22 is the score.
Look at that again. It's Amara Johnson again just being an absolute menace on defense.
Inbound, finally Caldwell coming away with it. And she'll drive down the left block. She is covered up by Bowie. Feeds out to the near side corner. Dykstra drives. Her shot is well off, and a rebound inside. And on the rebound, fouled is Kinnick Onder. She'll head to the free throw line. And the foul will be the second of the night, coming in on Millie Heitman as heading to the free throw line.
What can't be oversold as she makes the first one is the fact that even when Mason City gets it across the timeline, because of the pressure on the perimeter, it takes them forever to get in anything resembling an offensive set.
Onder misses the second one after making the first free throw. Frankie Long with the rebound. Up court, they'll quickly pass it to Amara Johnson. A drive into the left block. She puts it off the glass and fouled. The shot will go, and an and one for Amara Johnson. A beautiful play right there and a great pass up court, about a half-court pass up to Amara Johnson.
The look ahead from Kinsley Bowie just put it on the money.
And the and one gets it to go.
Cats 5 for 5 from the line here in the fourth. They've really closed out well in the fourth quarters against Lincoln, against Newton, and here against Mason City. Both East and Hoover were pretty big blowouts by the time it came the fourth quarter.
The bucket and the free throw by Mara Johnson makes it 44-23, and the Bobcats come away with another turnover as Frankie Long ends up with the basketball. Got it to Heitman, who feeds up to Morgan Hildebrand on the left wing. Back to Mara Johnson at the top of the key. 1:08 to go in the basketball game. Dump it into Frankie Long. Has it tipped away, and I think we're going to get a foul.
I think it's going to be on Frankie.
It is on Frankie, and that'll be her fifth, and she'll be done for the night. She only finishes with 2. Frankie Long, last year against Mason City, had 2 points, 12 rebounds. She went 0 for 7 from the floor in the second matchup of the season after having 12 points and 5 rebounds in the first. That's kind of reminiscent of what we saw a little bit last year as Mason City was able to shut her down even with the lack of height.
Yeah, and they packed the paint, but I feel like almost the offensive sets shut Frankie down quite a bit.
Yeah.
Because when they reverse it, we saw it, yes, she missed the left-handed layup, but when they reverse the ball on both sides and move Frankie,
got to be quicker to get it in there to her.
When they move her block to block, she's open.
Bobcats tip away a pass in the front court by Mason City. They'll pass it inbounds here now to Dykstra, who feeds over to the right wing to Donald. Donald picks up her dribble, baseline kick, and over to Kinnick Onder. She'll put in her first field goal of the night. She has 3 points, and with 37.8 seconds to go in the fourth quarter, a timeout on the floor. 44-25, Bobcats with the lead as the starters check out. Georgia Jansen, Kinsley Bowie, Millie Heitman all out. Reserves are in as Amira Johnson and Morgan Hildebrand will check into the game as the Bobcats will inbound it to Mallory Myron. Pressure in her face. She'll have it ripped away, and it will be Mason City basketball on a jump ball.
One thing that we look to playing up in Mason City, I would like to see Anna Latham on this team. You know, when you struggle with presses and you don't have your point guard, think of us. We did not have,
Amira Johnson
Amira
twice
Johnson
last year.
is a very important ball handler for us.
Mason City will throw it away. They were going for Kinnick Onder off the inbound pass over to the far side corner, and it will be tipped off the hands of Onder and back to the Bobcats as Hildebrand will look to inbound. Bobcats leading 44-25, just 27 seconds to go. Hildebrand, an ill-advised pass. She was going for Amira Johnson, but right in the way was Armani Caldwell. And they get it to Leah Dykstra, who is fouled outside the left wing, as that will be the fourth one on Amira Johnson on the reach-in foul. That is the fifth foul on the Bobcats. So free throws for Mason City as Armani Caldwell will head to the free throw line, and this will be her first trip to the stripe.
And my thought, and I know it's very early, she banks it in, but to me, this conference comes down to an Ames and Marshalltown. I think it comes down to that, and you're going to have to knock Ames off.
Caldwell misses the second one, so she splits him at the line. 44-26, Bobcat lead. Hildebrand will bring it up into the front court. Shot clock is off, as the Bobcats will look to run out the remaining seconds. Amira Johnson will baseline drive, and she'll finish the night with another bucket, and that will end it. 46-26. It's a 20-point win for the Bobcats as they end a 31-game losing streak to the Mason City Riverhawks. First time since 2009.
Amira twisted her ankle on that last one. You know, why do you shoot the shot? Well, if they're playing defense, play offense. But overall, great defensive night. Absolutely A-plus effort. Offense was better in the second half. Lots of people got to play. There it is. And Amira still cannot get the proper. We're 0-6 according to Amira Johnson's hand. 6-0.
Got to get it go the other way.
There we go, getting pictures.
But a win cam here tonight for the Bobcats
0-9.
as Hildebrand was able to get it to Amira Johnson for that final bucket as Amira Johnson finishes with 18 to lead the Bobcats here tonight. Boys game coming up right around the corner. We head to the locker room report when we come back on KFJB-TV.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East Southridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Ready for a 4-year degree, but not ready for the cost? Start smart at Marshalltown Community College. Get the first half of your 4-year education in just 2 years and save thousands. Our flexible programs allow you to seamlessly transfer to a university as a junior. You get a high-quality education with smaller class sizes and the faculty attention you deserve. It's a smart start to your bachelor's degree. Spring classes start January 20th. Enroll today. Visit MarshalltownCommunityCollege.com.
From preschool to graduation day, Marshalltown Community School District prepares students for success in a global world. Embrace the lead with curriculum that prepares students for tomorrow's challenges, giving your child unmatched college and career advantages. Embrace the lead by developing talents beyond the classroom through extracurricular opportunities and by focusing on student well-being and whole child development. Create a global learning community right here in Marshalltown. Learn more at marshalltown.k12.ia.us.
Come to Opa Grill in Marshalltown for made fresh family recipes handed down for generations. Treat yourself to gyros, pasticcio, Italian pasta dishes, burgers, salmon, homemade soups, and fresh salads. Enjoy a nice glass of wine or a cold glass of beer. Opa Grill has a great variety of American, Greek, and Italian dishes. Something to make everyone in your party say Opa. Open 11 to 8 Monday through Friday, 11 to 3 Saturday, closed Sundays. At the corner of Boone and Center Streets in Marshalltown. DoorDash delivery available. Opa.
Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is powered by Lennox Employees Credit Union, LennoxECU.com, Marshalltown Area Chamber, meetinmarshalltown.com, Marshalltown Community College, a step in the right direction, and the Marshalltown School District. Embrace the lead.
Welcome into the Locker Room Report, all presented by Wells Fargo Advisors. Final stat line tonight, Bobcats win 46-26. They go to 6-0 on the season with a date with the Southeast Polk Rams coming up on Monday night. Riverhawks drop to 2-4. They take on Fort Dodge coming up next Tuesday. Well, Bobcat leading scorer tonight, Amara Johnson finishes with 18. Millie Heitman with 16. 8 for Georgia Jansen. Frankie Long, a quiet night with just 2. And Kinsley Bowie with 2. Leading scorer for Mason City, Grayson Braun, finished with 8. Brogan Evans with 6. Again, the Bobcats 6-0 on the season as Amara Johnson, leading scorer, capped off the night with that runner right there, as you see on KFJB-TV. We'll wrap up the girls' game when we come back on KFJB-TV.
You're an empty nester closing in on that retirement property. Chances are your plans didn't include mom moving in, but life happens and you do the right thing. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement means caring for yourself and a loved one, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East Southridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is your local furniture store in Marshalltown. With their extensive inventory, you're sure to make a winning selection when you shop McGregor's for your bedroom, living room, and dining room furnishings. McGregor's has the right play for every room in your home. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is proud to be your locally owned and operated furniture store since 1896 and very proud to support Bobcat Athletics again this season. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, open 7 days a week.
Scooters Coffee in Marshalltown wishes you the happiest holidays and a wonderful start to the new year full of love, laughter, and coffee. Remember to fuel yourself through the busy days. Stop by Scooters Coffee in Marshalltown for your favorite seasonal drinks, classic go-tos, or a little treat just for you. Whether it's a warm latte, a sweet holiday-inspired drink, or a pick-me-up on a chilly day, Scooters has something to make your day brighter. Scooters Coffee in Marshalltown, keeping you energized, refreshed, and ready to enjoy every moment of the season.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
Wayward Social is the place for fun. With 20 lanes of bowling, leagues for all levels, great food and drink options, an awesome arcade, there is a ton of fun to be had at Wayward Social for date night, family fun, or the company party with plenty of space for everyone. Visit Wayward Social on Facebook for updates on specials and live music. It is all on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Visit wayward-social.com to start planning your group outing at Wayward Social, the place for fun.
Welcome back into the Roundhouse. Brandon Lewis, Dylan Does alongside me here tonight as we get you ready to go for the boys basketball game. Bobcats 3-1. Mason City is 1-3 as the girls won. The boys trying to do the same thing on the Friday showcase on KFJB-TV. And into the front court with 5 seconds. Finds Jacob Hayes for the three. Yeah! At the buzzer it goes. House flips it underhand to Kyle Smith. Wide open splash. Knocks it down near side. Here goes Hayes down the right side of the paint. Count the bucket. Yeah. Now to Gersma. Top the key as he had nothing going. Gersma inside. Scores the bucket. Over to Kyle Smith. Stumbling away. Did gather it in. He now drives to the free throw line. Turnaround jumper. Boom. Wow, what a start. Welcome back to the Marshalltown Roundhouse as the boys get warmed up as the Bobcats coming off a nice win on Tuesday night as they took down the Hoover Huskies by 26 points. What do they got to do well coming into a team that's 1-3, but definitely can't sleep on the Riverhawks here tonight?
So for me, there's a couple things you got to do. You have got to guard the perimeter. You look at this Riverhawks, 28 threes made already in this year. They can shoot it from across the board. Ricker's shooting 45% from three, 17 points per game. You look at Marcel Whitner. He's shooting it at 35%. They can shoot the basketball, so you have to guard the perimeter, and then you've got to eliminate second chance opportunities because Mason City is very big. For their size, they don't rebound it very well, actually. But if you can shut down open threes and lock them down to one shot, if they repeat what they did the other night where they just locked Hoover up after that first quarter, and then offensively where everyone can get involved, where you look better than you have in 3 years on the offensive end, Cats have a really good shot tonight.
Coming up, it is our pregame chat with head coach Mike Apple. This is the countdown to tip-off. You're watching KFJB-TV.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
Anytime is a great time to treat yourself at Dairy Queen. From legendary blizzards and cakes to juicy burgers and crispy fries, whatever you're craving, we've got you covered. Both Marshalltown locations have all your lunch and dinner favorites to keep you smiling and coming back for more. Right now, try the sauced and tossed sweet chili chicken strip basket, frosted sugar cookie blizzard, or the holiday nog shake. Don't wait. Swing by either Marshalltown location or get Dairy Queen delivered today.
Welcome back into the Countdown to Tip-Off. It is the Bobcats and the Riverhawks here tonight inside the Roundhouse. Coach, you head into this one with a 3-1 record off of a really nice victory, 26-point effort in a win against the Hoover Huskies on Tuesday night. How do you really keep that momentum going? Because, man, it seemed like you got a lot of guys in that mix as Brynjar Brynjolfsson took over in the lead there, but your guys just really kind of never really turned back in that third, fourth quarter on Tuesday night.
Yeah, it's ultimately just keep building on what we've been, trying to do every day in practice, and that's, compete at a high level and work as hard as you can and lock in on defense and understand what we're trying to do and continue to push each other to get better. It's a little hard this week, just with the weather and not being able to practice yesterday. So just staying as consistent as you can with how you get ready and your routine and being able to roll with a few things like that to be prepared to play.
The consistency has come on the defensive end for your team this year. Fourth best defense as far as points allowed coming in to tonight. And, last year I look at two totally different games in the regular season play. You went up there and Ty Sanchez-Evans kind of ate you up a little bit, but you came back home, you locked him down, and you had a really good win against Mason City last year. How do you plan to attack on that defensive end and keep things going as, he's always kind of a threat inside in the paint?
Yeah, it's always a team effort with us. We don't have a true big, a guy that's real tall, so it comes from all of us being in the right spots and being ready to help, making him tough to get in positions to score it where he's laying the ball in and ultimately rebounding and not allowing him to get second chance points.
What'd you make of the night that Talon Halstead had the other night? I mean, some really nice boards, played really good defense on their big man down low for Hoover.
He was great, and he's a guy that's continuing to get better and better as he gets more comfortable out there. But, early on with the minutes he's had, he's done a great job for us.
And, of course, coming into tonight, Kyle Smith had a really good game against Mason City. Another one he kind of struggled in, played pretty good in the postseason game against them as well. But he was really distributing the basketball really well in that postseason game. You found Jacob Hayes, who had a big three in that game. How do you look for him to kind of continue to kind of, do what he's been doing basically this year as far as bringing multiple different phases to the game?
I just think he's been rebounding the ball so well for us. Defensive rebounds has been huge where he's getting a lot of them, and then just letting the game come to him. He's been so efficient with how he's shooting it right now. I think he's shooting it over 50% from the field, and I think close to that from the three even too. So just staying consistent with that, where he's not just trying to force the issue. If he's open, obviously he's going to shoot it. But as you've seen, he's a pretty good decoy. If guys are going to face guard him and guard him close, that opens up guys for easy baskets too.
Good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, Riverhawks are 1-3. Bobcats are 3-1. Heading into the Iowa Lions Conference matchup here tonight. When we come back, we'll check out the starting five for both squads on KFJB-TV.
Brown's Shoe Fit has a great selection of athletic footwear, including Hoka, Brooks, On Cloud, Birkenstock, and Taos. Brown's Shoe Fit can find the right shoe for every occasion for both men and women, including dress shoes, casual shoes, work boots, and more. They carry multiple sizes and widths to ensure the best fit for you. Their expert-friendly staff will take the time to give you the service you deserve. Brown's Shoe Fit, downtown Marshalltown, with you every step of the way.
Our countdown to tip-off continues with tonight's starting lineups, all brought to you by Sandvik Enterprises in Marshalltown. Let them deliver for you while we deliver you the starting lineup. Well, as you see on your TV screen, Jameer Falls will get the go tonight, the starting point guard for the Mason City Riverhawks, 6-foot junior, averaging 8.2 points per game and nearly 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2.5 steals per game. Number 3, Marcel Whitner, 17.5 points per game, 5.5 rebounds per game for the 6'4 senior guard. Number 4, Owen Rickers, 16.8 points per game, 5 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 2.8 steals, and right around 3 right there. That is tied for third best in Class 4A. Number 5, Drayden Witt, averaging 6 points per game for the 6-foot senior guard. And number 45, Ty Sanchez-Evans, will round out the lineup at 6'3", a senior forward, averaging 13.5 points per game. For the Bobcats here tonight, it will be number 3, Drake Gersma, the starting point guard, averaging 9 points per game, a 6'2 junior. Number 10, Kyle Smith, a 6'3 senior, averaging 17 points per game and 12.5 rebounds per game.
Number 24, the freshman Damian Segovia, a guard, averaging nearly 5 points per game, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. Number 30, Jacob Hayes, off to a really good start in his senior campaign, averaging 13 points per game and 4.5 rebounds per game for the 6'2 guard. And number 32, the freshman, he'll play down low a lot, the forward at 6 foot, Lars Schoenfelder, averaging 5 rebounds per game. The Bobcats 1-3, Mason City. Bobcats 3-1. Mason City.
Give us our props.
Is 1-3. As both teams split in the regular season, the Bobcats beat Mason City in postseason play. As the Bobcats will try to get their 4th victory as they get into Iowa Alliance North Conference play when we come back. Tip-off between the Cats and the Hawks on KFJB-TV.
Looking for top-notch eye care close to home? Eye Care Associates, with offices in Marshalltown, Conrad, and Toledo, has proudly served Central Iowa since 1990. Their expert team provides eye exams for all ages, designer frames, contact lens fittings, and treatment for glaucoma, cataracts, and other eye conditions. With advanced technology, a welcoming staff, and convenient online booking, your next visit is easier than ever. Visit VisionSource-MarshalltownEyeCare.com today. Eye Care Associates, your vision is their priority.
The following is a presentation of Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV.
Friday showcase in the Conference of Champions as we are about ready to go as the Riverhawks in their red tops and bottoms, Bobcats in their white tops and bottoms just about ready to be announced. Here inside the Roundhouse on George Funk Court, I'm Brandon Lewis. He's Dylan Does. David Bragger, our on-site producer. Zach Tomish back in the radio studios. And our camera guys here tonight, Joe Cornwell and Keith Stewart. Time to get to our keys to the game. All brought to you by First Rate Real Estate. Dylan?
For the Cats, it's about meet the moment. This Mason City team brings back the most from last year in the Iowa Alliance. I have them as a bit of a sleepy underdog to potentially win the conference, even that they've struggled so far. So Cats have to meet the moment and be ready to play. On the flip side, the Riverhawks have to make the Cats one-dimensional. In the destruction of the Bobcats up in Mason City in Game 1 last year, where they won by 22 points, they made the Cats incredibly one-dimensional on the offensive side, and that included shutting down Kyle Smith, who went 1 of 11 for just 6 points.
That is our keys to the game. All brought to you tonight by First Rate Real Estate, FirstRateTeam.com. Well, Nick Trask is the head coach for the Riverhawks in his 12th season. Last year they went 9-13 and exited the playoffs after a loss to the Bobcats. Bobcats, of course, starting the season off 3-1. They took down they lost to Des Moines East on Friday night, 45-42, but then dominated Hoover by 26 points, a 56-30 win. That is a common opponent. Hoover took the Riverhawks to overtime. Riverhawks eventually won 70-64, but in a game like this, rivalry game, you can kind of throw that out the window.
You can a little bit, but the biggest thing, if the Cats can defend, they win. Because the Riverhawks here tonight, they do not defend well. They don't rebound well, and they don't defend well, with their size. But they can shoot the lights out.
How about this matchup at midcourt? We have Drake Gersma, the point guard, jumping against Drayden Witt. So 2 6-foot guys going to opt for the midcourt jump. And Drake Gersma will win it. Segovia comes away with the basketball, gives it back to Gersma. He'll bring it into the front court as we underway in the second game of our doubleheader in the Friday showcase. Hayes with motion early. Schoenfelder gets it now left wing. Looking for Kyle Smith. Nothing there. Over to Segovia at the top of the key. Great crowd on hand here inside the Roundhouse. As the Bobcats on the left side of your radio dial in the front court. Gersma, a leader at the rack is no good. A little bit of a push-off on his drive. And we're 30 seconds into this one, and it's back to the Riverhawks for their first offensive possession. Dump it into Ty Sanchez-Evans, picked up by Hayes. And back to the right wing to Jameer Falls. Back to Sanchez-Evans on the right wing.
Cats in that man-to-man, fighting through screens.
Hayes tries to get out on Owen Rickers, and the rebound on the 3 attempt is tipped out of there, and they're going to give it to the Bobcats.
Nope.
Or excuse me, the Riverhawks. And so it'll stay on the right side here.
My left-handed jumper to the trash was no good.
Falls will inbound on the far side to Ty Sanchez-Evans. Gives it back to Falls in the far side corner, guarded by Schoenfelder. They'll dump it into Rickers. He'll go to work on Kyle Smith, gets him off his feet, puts a hook shot up over him. It's no good. Gersma hauls in the rebound. He'll bring it up the floor. Looking up to the far side, now comes near side to Segovia on the left wing. Over to Kyle Smith. Pops over to the right wing, over to Schoenfelder in the corner, dribbles out of it, over to Hayes at the top. Almost has it knocked away. Over to Segovia, now back to the top of the key. Schoenfelder just high-pointing the basketball, dumps it to the free throw line to Gersma. He slips a little bit, gives it to Segovia, near side wing. Spins out of the pressure by Rickers. Tries to force a pass into Schoenfelder, it's knocked out of there.
And Mason City is pressuring the perimeter the whole time. So you're going to see opportunities for back cuts back as he slides in for 2. Jameer Falls, who we warned you about early. But there's going to be back cuts open. There's going to be screen the screener opportunities available for the Cats.
Yeah, Schoenfelder was guarding on Falls, who made the nice play. And now a pass is tipped away from Gersma. They'll run the floor with 2. A little bit of a step by Marcel Whitner, but he finishes at the hoop for a 2-point bucket. It's 4-0. Mason City with the early lead with 5:40 and counting in the opening half of action.
Yeah, he got away with a walk, but so far offensively, it's Drake Gersma getting to the lane and a whole lot of nothing else.
Segovia drives to the free throw line, flips it back to Kyle Smith, tries to get around some pressure. Mason City steps out on him. Now back to Gersma at the top. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Crosses over, drives against Sanchez-Evans, and a foul on the floor. It'll be the first on Ty Sanchez-Evans. It'll be baseline right side for Kyle Smith to pass in.
And I'm telling you, if they're going to have Ty Sanchez-Evans guarding perimeter stuff, every time you're one-on-one with him, I'm taking him right to the rack. Foul him out because he's a mismatch on that offensive side.
Sanchez-Evans out on the right wing, guarding Gersma. And a backdoor cut and a beautiful play by the freshman Damian Segovia. Cut from the left wing to the left block and finishes with the layup. A great find by his point guard, getting another assist right there. Mason City in transition with Rickers on the right wing. Gets a screen up top. Goes down the left side. A hand in his face, and the jumper is no good. But Ty Sanchez-Evans takes it right out of the hands of Kyle Smith and scores it for 2. It's 6-2 Mason City.
We saw the back cut that we talked about with that pressure on the perimeter there, but Ty Sanchez-Evans did not get boxed out. He had 23 the other night against North in that overtime loss.
Segovia right wing. Whitner in his face. Picks up his dribble, bounces it over to Schoenfelder, gets it to Kyle Smith, left wing, flips it underhand to Gersma. Gets a screen from Hayes. Hayes rolls. There's nothing there with Rickers guarding on him. A little bit of a push off, but Gersma at the free throw line rattles in and out on the free throw jumper as Drayden Witt was in his face. 6-2, Mason City with the basketball back in the front court. They'll kick it. Whitner wide open for a 3. It's off the right side of the iron and rims out left side. Bobcats with a rebound by Schoenfelder.
Cats are anemic on the offensive side, and if I was Coach Apple, I would not be afraid of using that timeout early because Cats have come out flat.
Halfway through the first quarter. A give and go to Segovia. Nice bounce pass inside to Schoenfelder. Flips it back to Segovia. His little floater is no good. Gersma wide open. Opts to pass to Kyle Smith, who's covered up by Jameer Falls. Drives, kicks. Hayes open. Left wing 3. Oh, off the iron. And it's rebounded by Falls, and he'll run the floor. He'll push it up court quickly. At the top of the key, picks up his dribble and passes over to Whitner. Drives from the right wing down to the right block, and Hayes tips it away. Kyle Smith comes out to the left wing, or right wing, that is, gets the rebound momentarily, but knocked away by Jameer Falls into the Bobcat bench, and it will be with the red and blue with 3:19 first quarter, trailing by 4.
Love the great job by Kyle Smith on the offensive end to drive to create. gave Jacob Hayes a wonderful opportunity to knock one down. Cats have not been able to effectively execute on the offensive end so far.
Segovia gives it to Gersma at the free throw stripe. Tries to drive against Whitner. Almost has his pocket pick. Wide open. 3 off the back of the arm for Kyle Smith as he got in the far side corner, but a good offensive rebound by Gersma.
We talked about Riverhawks are not a very good rebounding team, even though they have the size advantage.
Bobcats out-rebounded Mason City in both their wins, going 2-1 against Mason City last year. Gersma, far side corner, drives baseline, kicks Hayes, near side corner, unguarded, 3! Oh, it hit off the iron and rolls in. And Jacob Hayes, who's been on fire to start the season with 13 points per game, a 3 in transition by Falls from the right wing, will quiet the crowd as Falls has 5. 9-5 our score. Bobcats with the basketball coming into the front court with 2:15 to go first quarter.
Destroyed the Cats on the gridiron this year, and he just tends to have a penchant to make big shots.
Hayes free throw line, gives to Schoenfelder. A little give and go. Back to Hayes on the left block. Takes one dribble, puts up a shot. Oh, and it will fall. Hayes with the and one. Right in front of the hoop, scores it. And that's a big bucket. He'll have the and one to make it a 1-point game, as that is the first of the night on Owen Rickers. So Hayes makes it 9-7. The and one to come as we take a look at the Tyler Prashong State Farm replay.
There's the physicality and then there's the patience. And absolutely both of those things are the things that jump off the screen when you look at Jacob as a senior versus junior.
And the free throw will rim out on Jacob Hayes, so we'll stay at a 2-point game. Under 2 to go, first quarter. They'll run the floor quickly. Up court, they pass it to Nathan Berkeley, who just checked in, but his runner down at the left block is no good. And a rebound for the Bobcats as Gersma will bring it into the front court.
Kyle Smith with another rebound, averaging 12.5 a game.
Segovia drives to the free throw line, picks it up, gives it to Gersma, right wing. Kyle Smith now left wing, trying to buy some space, didn't have it. Drives against Witt, throws it away, and no, an offensive charge. Whitner was about ready to run the floor, but they call a charge on Kyle Smith. He just kind of kept going. He could not stop, and he ran right into 2 Riverhawks, and that'll be his first of the night.
And I'll say that might actually benefit the Cats, because like you said, Whitner was about to go out and didn't have numbers, but he's great in the open court.
Drew Hobart has checked in for Mason City as well. He passes to Whitner at the top of the key. Back to Hobart, left wing. Gave him some space. The 3 is off the back of the iron. Gersma with a rebound in the paint. And he'll bring it up court as he'll trot over the midcourt stripe. Picked up by Hobart. Oh, hesitation by Gersma to the rack. Count that bucket. It's good by Gersma. And he draws the foul for the and one. We're tied at 9 with 59 seconds to go in the quarter. And Gersma can give the Bobcats back the lead as they opened up the game with a Segovia bucket to take the lead. But then Mason City with a little bit of a run to get that back by Jameer Falls. So Gersma at the line, and on the season, a 60% free throw shooter, can't get it to go. We'll hold at 9 as Gersma came in on the night, 9-15 at the stripe.
Yeah, as flat as the Cats were in the first 5 minutes of this ball game, it's tied up.
Oh, Hayes, great defense on Ty Sanchez-Evans. Got a hand in his face. His shot, his leader from the left block is no good, and Gersma will bring it into the front court with 35 seconds to go. 10 seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Kyle Smith off the screen, nothing there at the top, gives it to Gersma. Now back to Kyle Smith, near side, picked up by Ty Sanchez-Evans, trying to find some room. Dumps it left block into Hayes. Hesitates, drives, off the glass, but a travel is going to be called, and a turnover on the Cats back to Mason City for the final shot of the opening quarter with 21 seconds to go.
You'd love to see Jacob drop that off to Large. Large right there. He had him wide open as the double team came. He was right on the block with nobody defending him.
Falls will run the point for Mason City. Schoenfelder will guard on him as Falls picked up his dribble. Schoenfelder didn't step out right away. Hobart gets it left wing, back to Falls at the top. 5 seconds to go. Falls, crossover move on Schoenfelder. Drives to the free throw line. A late kick down to the left block. Shot is no good. Hayes got in front of Drew Hobart. It will not go, and we end the first quarter tied at 9 between the Hawks and the Cats on the Friday Showcase.
At Lennox Employees Credit Union, you're more than a member, you're family. Since 1948, we've been helping members and their families save more, borrow smarter, and reach their financial goals. Whether it's a low-rate auto loan, a mortgage that feels manageable, or simply a savings account that grows with you, we're here to make banking simple and stress-free. Discover the credit union difference today. Visit Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main in Marshalltown, where people helping people is more than a motto, it's who we are. Learn more at lennoxecu.com. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
It's ugly sweater night inside the Roundhouse, and up on the Hy-Vee scoreboard, 9-9 at the end of the first quarter between the Hawks and the Cats. Time for a scoreboard update, all brought to you by Central State Bank. Dylan?
First, I'm going to say it's not extremely ugly. That front row all the way to the right is my baby boy.
Well, I don't think they're trying to make a fashion statement, and don't take it personal. Get to the scores already.
Muscatine, 45. Davenport West, 19.5. These are guys' scores. Linn-Mar, 29. Cedar Rapids Prairie, 22. Iowa City Liberty, 24. Iowa City High, 25. Gilbert up 26-10 in the second quarter. Waukee Ankeny tied at 21 in the second quarter. Johnson up on Waukee Northwest, 16-11 also in the second quarter. And Colonesco, 24. Meskwaki, 18 in the second quarter. Dyke New Hartford, 8. Gladbrook Rhinebeck, 5. That's in the first quarter.
Riverhawks with the basketball to start the second quarter. 3 left wing is no good. Segovia free throw line. Rebound, gives it to Gersma as he looks behind for the play call from his head coach Mike Apple. Talon Halstead is ready to get into the game on the next dead ball as he's currently sitting by the scorer's table. Free throw line to Hayes. Drives down the right side, looking for Kyle Smith. Cuts back door, drives baseline. Oh, what a great move by Kyle Smith, averaging a double-double on the season with 17 points a game and 12.5 rebounds a game. His first bucket of the night, 11-9, Cats lead.
Patience shows you have maturity.
Falls, forces a 3, right wing. Hayes with a rebound on the left block. It's no good, and Gersma gets the basketball from Hayes.
And I would say that's the difference with Kyle Smith and Jacob Hayes both. That was a give and go, but it wasn't a quick one. It was a patient one. Cats have to feel really good after a rough first 5 minutes. They're starting to settle in.
Gersma on the far side corner, skip pass, it's over the head of Segovia, and it'll go by the scorer's table, and that will allow Talon Halstead to check in as the ball is turned over back to the Riverhawks with 6:50 to go second quarter.
Drake got himself in a bad place. They were able to trap him on the end line, so for all intents and purposes, it's 3 defenders on him, causing him to sail the cross-court pass.
Inbound to Drayden Witt, right wing. Segovia guarding on him. Makes a hesitation move, drives past Segovia, tries to finish at the rack, not able to do so. And last touch by Gersma and Kyle Smith down on the baseline. It will stay with Mason City. And Mason City will substitute Marcel Whitner and Ty Sanchez-Evans back into the game as Drew Hobart as well as Nathan Berkeley will check out for Mason City.
I think it's important for Talon Halstead to stay down with Sanchez-Evans because he's going to want to bully ball him.
Rickers at the top, guarded by Kyle Smith. Starts a drive down the left side, puts a float over Kyle Smith. It's no good. Gersma snatches a rebound away from Drayden Witt.
Kyle did a great job of staying down, forcing him to shoot against his body.
Gersma directing the offense, gives it to Schoenfelder. Right high post extended. Out of Segovia on the right wing. Sets a screen for him. Nothing doing there for Segovia. Late pass down to Gersma. Reverse layup on the right side. It's good for Gersma. He has 4 points. 13-9 Cats.
And we've talked about that back cut. They're also switching every pick as well.
Witt down to the right block. Forces a shot over Segovia. Can't get it to go. Segovia with the rebound as well. He'll bring it up into the front court. Picked up by Whitner back to Gersma.
And the Cats doing such a good job of staying down as they shuffle, do the defensive shuffle on one-on-one on the one end, not allowing for a second opportunity.
Segovia gets a handoff from Gersma way up high. Gets rid of the basketball, back to Gersma. Fakes a shot at the free throw line. Ty Sanchez-Evans guarding him. Segovia wide open for a three. Far side, splash! Yeah, goes for the freshman. He has got 5, and it's 16-9. 7-point lead for the Cats with 5:12 to go, second quarter.
You could feel this coming when they started to score late in that first half. That once the Cats got rolling, they could put some space in between the two of them.
Rickers down the right side of the paint, covered up. Sanchez-Evans 3, right wing, no good. Boy, a hand in his face, and he put up the 3 anyway. Gersma will bring it across the timeline.
It's all one and done for the Riverhawks, getting no second chance opportunities and have only made 1 3 so far.
Bobcats' 4th best defense in Class 4A. Under 40 points a game they're allowing. Gersma, right wing, high points the basketball. Directing the offense, somebody flowing. Kyle Smith at the top. Hesitation move, drives in against 3. Riverhawks, and he's fouled. Hits the deck as Owen Rickers lands on top of him, and Kyle Smith is still down on. As we take a look at the replay here, as Gersma with that late kick over to Segovia on the right wing, making that bucket on the 3 on the last offensive possession. But Kyle Smith does get up, and he will go to the free throw line. I think he might have got kneed or something because Rickers landed right on top of him after that foul. So 16-9 our count. Kyle Smith heads to the free throw line. 75%. He's 9 of 12 on the season. And he will get the first one to go. Kyle Smith, I didn't write it down, but I don't believe he shot too many free throws on Tuesday night.
No, he did not.
And a lot of the 9 of 12 came through the first week of the season. So looking aggressive here early on, driving inside, and the second free throw to come. And that one will rattle home, and Smith has 4, and it's now a doubled-up lead, 18-9. Whitner drives down the left block, cut off by Gersma. A hand in his face, jumper is off the front of the iron. A turnaround on the left block by Whitner won't go.
We talked about this at the beginning, before in the pregame for the girls' game. Really excited about that Gersma-Whitner matchup, and Drake is just doing an exceptional job defensively.
Segovia at the top of the key, drives down the right side. Floater, it is no good as it hung in air and off the front of the iron. Falls a pass. Oh, Gersma read it all the way, playing his DB spot back there, and goes inside at the rack, tries to finish strong, gets his own miss as he tips it away from Owen Rickers, and the Bobcats will have a second chance opportunity. But boy, he read that like he was playing safety earlier this season for football. Kyle Smith, top of the key, 3 is off the right side. Schoenfelder with an offensive rebound, and this is what this team does so well, rebounding it at 33 rebounds per game and giving themselves another opportunity here.
Schoenfelder averages over 3 offensive rebounds a game, already has 2 in the first half here tonight.
Schoenfelder, far side, gets it back to Segovia on the right wing. Looking near side, nothing there. Now gets it to Gersma, who gets a screen now from Hayes at the top. Drives to the free throw line, jumper pull up, and can't go. Hit high off the glass and came down on the front side of the iron as Marcel Whitner comes away with the rebound. And as that happens, it's a 9-point lead for the Cats on the Friday Showcase. They're up 18-9, 3:03 to go, second quarter on KFJB-TV.
Good call tonight, man. You too? You think what I'm thinking? Let's go to Legends for a Bobcat Burger.
Hi, guys. What are we hungry for today?
I think we're going to do 2 Bobcat Burgers. Whether it's pre-game or post-game.
Or during the game, it's Legends American Grill in Marshalltown.
I'm Drake Grisman, and you're watching KFJB-TV.
Riverhawks call a timeout. Nick Traskett, his 12th year, leading the Riverhawks 1-3 to begin the year. This is the first conference game for both teams in the Iowa Lions Conference North. They've both played teams from the South to begin the season. So 9-point lead for the Cats out of the timeouts. Ty Sanchez-Evans gets it to the top to Tice Washington, who just checked in, and a turnover. Segovia forces it and gives it to Gersma. Under 3 minutes to go in the second quarter.
I believe the Cats are on a 14-0 run right now, spanning about the last 6.5 minutes of game time.
Hayes' baseline jumper is no good from about 10 foot out, but Schoenfelder with a nice rebound gives it to Segovia off the right side. Little jumper was not able to go. He took that one from about 8 foot out, and Falls brings it over the midcourt stripe. for the Riverhawks, right in front of the student section. Gives it to the top of the key to Ty Sanchez-Evans. Guarded by Hayes. Kicks to Whitner. 3. Pops in and out. No good. And it is one of the best rebounders in Class 4A. Kyle Smith with the rebound right there as Gersma now brings it into the front court.
And the Riverhawks right now are maybe 2 passes, often 1 pass and an offensive set and a shot.
Oh, a nice play inside by Gersma as he drives and scores for 2. Gersma with 6 points in the game. 20-9 Cats. 1:50 to go. 3 for Falls on the left wing to answer is no good. Gersma with the offensive rebound. Oh, Washington picks his pocket, running from behind. Nobody was calling out that for Gersma, and it's back the other way with nearly 90 seconds to go in this second quarter. Whitner in the near side corner. Gives it to Rickers, right wing 3. That is dead on center for Owen Rickers, who shoots it 43% from out there. His first made bucket of the game, 20-12.
Yeah, that's the old Mark Jackson, hand down, man down. He just got to step right into that.
Gersma gets a screen from Hayes. Now Hayes sets a screen for Kyle Smith. A little give and go. Oh, it's a beauty. And it's a good bucket for 2 as Jacob Hayes has 7, 22-12. 1:04 to go. Ty Sanchez-Evans down to the left block, and he'll gonna go up and under Jacob Hayes for the score. And Ty Sanchez-Evans with just his second bucket of the night. He has 4.
Really nice job by Sanchez-Evans. He's gone up just straight up multiple times. This time, uses a little patience, a little bit of flair, and gets the spin off the glass for 2.
Segovia looking for somebody to get it away to. Finally finds Kyle Smith, who gives it to Gersman left wing. Takes the 3, and he can't get that one, but Segovia's there for the rebound on the right block. He has his pass to Jacob Hayes tipped away. Hayes gathers it in. Now he kicks to Segovia. Does Gersma. Segovia drives a little bit. A late feed to Kyle Smith. Tries to scoop and score. It is no good. And Mason City will touch it last. Jameer Falls would try to save it from out of bounds. And it will be out on the baseline. Back to the Bobcats with 15 seconds to go before halftime. Up 22-14.
And the coaching staff yelling, one shot. 15 and a half seconds left to go here in the first half.
Kyle Smith will inbound baseline left side. Looking and gets it into Gersma. He had a hand in his face. He throws it off of Mason City, off of Dan Hansen. 13 seconds to go before the break as that took 2 seconds off the clock. It'll be an inbound pass for Jacob Hayes right in front of the Mason City bench. Go to Kyle Smith for the final shot here.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Kyle Smith with a pick and then get it back.
Sets the pick for Gersma. 4 seconds to go. Gersma, late pass to Kyle Smith. Fader on the baseline, off the back of the iron, and we'll head to the break. 22-14. It's an 8-point lead for the Bobcats. And how about it? Jacob Hayes with 7 points in the first half to lead the way as the Bobcats looking to go 4-1 on the season with a win on the Friday Showcase on KFJB-TV.
From preschool to graduation day, Marshalltown Community School District prepares students for success in a global world. Embrace the lead with curriculum that prepares students for tomorrow's challenges, giving your child unmatched college and career advantages. Embrace the lead by developing talents beyond the classroom through extracurricular opportunities and by focusing on student well-being and whole child development. Create a global learning community right here in Marshalltown. Learn more at marshalltown.k12.ia.us.
McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is your local furniture store in Marshalltown. With their extensive inventory, you're sure to make a winning selection when you shop McGregor's for your bedroom, living room, and dining room furnishings. McGregor's has the right play for every room in your home. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is proud to be your locally owned and operated furniture store since 1896 and very proud to support Bobcat Athletics again this season. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, open 7 days a week.
Scooters Coffee in Marshalltown wishes you the happiest holidays and a wonderful start to the new year full of love, laughter, and coffee. Remember to fuel yourself through the busy days. Stop by Scooters Coffee in Marshalltown for your favorite seasonal drinks, classic go-tos, or a little treat just for you. Whether it's a warm latte, a sweet holiday-inspired drink, or a pick-me-up on a chilly day, Scooters has something to make your day brighter. Scooters Coffee in Marshalltown, keeping you energized, refreshed, and ready to enjoy every moment of the season.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
The Halftime Report, powered by Scouting America. Adventure on.
Welcome back inside the Marshalltown Roundhouse. Up on the Marshalltown Highview scoreboard, 22-14. Bobcats leading the Mason City Riverhawks. Bobcats and Riverhawks were tied after 1-9-9, but the Bobcats outscored the Riverhawks 13-5 there in the second quarter, and it was Jacob Hayes with 7 points to lead the way with a beautiful bucket and a feed right there on that play, as you saw on KFJB-TV. When we come back, we will break down the girls' game as Dylan is standing by with head coach Brian Murphy. Girls won earlier tonight. They broke a 31-game winning streak by Mason City earlier tonight. First win against the Riverhawks since 2009. We'll talk about that when we come back. This is Bobcat Basketball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
I didn't really have much growing up, but I did have a mom. And she gave me a strong foundation. She signed me up for Scouts. I quickly fell in love with the outdoors. Showed me how to take responsibility, how to work with other people, and how to become a leader. That made me a better athlete on the field. Scouting made me the man I am today.
Wayward Social is the place for fun. With 20 lanes of bowling, leagues for all levels, great food and drink options, an awesome arcade, there is a ton of fun to be had at Wayward Social for date night, family fun, or the company party with plenty of space for everyone. Visit Wayward Social on Facebook for updates on specials and live music. It is all on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Visit wayward-social.com to start planning your group outing at Wayward Social, the place for fun.
The Halftime Report, powered by Scouting America. Adventure on.
Here in the post-game interview, here with Coach Brian Murphy of the 6-0 Marshalltown Bobcats. Do you know what you were doing in 2009?
I was in college at UNI.
Yeah, my youngest son wasn't born last time this Marshalltown Bobcats had beat Mason City. 46-26 tonight. In the first half, your team gave up one field goal. What can you say about that defensive intensity your girls played with tonight?
I mean, we played defense like we believed we were the best team on the floor tonight, and that's what I said to the girls after the game. Is the thing I felt best about after that game is we did not leave a doubt at any point in that game which team was the better team, and that is it's such a it's such a great representation of where we are this season to kind of come out and lead with that kind of ferocity.
And you talked about in the pregame interview, you'd like to flip the script a little bit against Mason City, which you did. That's championship level defense. What we saw on the other side offensively, especially in the first half, it was a bit of almost the speed. They weren't playing very patient on the offensive side. What were the things from the coaching staff? You came out in the second half and executed a little bit better. What are you really focusing on the offensive side?
Yeah, I thought one of the things, obviously we've been kind of sitting on that press for a while, and we kind of knew tonight was the night we were probably going to roll it out. And I think the hardest thing about pressing it is everything's fast, right? And so we're going to have to kind of play with that gas pedal a little bit where, gas on defense and maybe scale back a little bit on. And I thought we did a better job of slowing down a little bit in the second half. But, for the first time rolling it out, I think, plenty of things to kind of fine-tune and tweak up. But for the first time out, we felt pretty good about it.
Yeah, you look at, and we've been at Mason City games where scoring was at a premium. Tonight putting 46 out, led by Amara Johnson, who had 18. But really the person is just having her coming out party. And she's been good at points, definitely, but she's healthy. She's now executing with a ton of confidence. What can you say about Millie Heitman?
Yeah, you can see her basketball personality and her identity shifting where I think for most of her career, she's kind of viewed herself as kind of a passer and an assister, and now she's a playmaker, right? So, I mean, she's doing what needs to be done. I mean, you could feel the anticipation on that open court breakaway. We all knew the Euro step was coming. You could feel the anticipation, and it's fun when everyone recognizes the leap that's being made. So, I mean, you can't say enough about how far Millie has come and how exciting it is with a lot of season left to keep building.
I had to give her a standing ovation. When you go Euro step and a reverse spin off the glass, you get a standing ovation. Alrighty, 6-0. You got to feel good, but going into the weekend, what are you looking for before the Christmas break? What are some growth points?
Well, I mean, we know we've got Southeast Polk on Monday. That's going to be a big test. And I think we saw a lot, both in transition and in offense. We've got to clean up turnovers, that sort of thing, because a team like Southeast Polk, they'll be into us as much as any team we've seen this year. And if we're careless with the ball, it could get ugly. So we got to make sure we learn from our mistakes and start building off of some of those things that we've kind of gotten away with early season, but they're going to start really coming back to haunt us if we don't clean it up.
And that's Coach Brian Murphy of your 6-0 Bobcats. Back to you, Brandon.
All right, thanks. We'll get some scores and stats when we come back on the halftime report, all powered by Scouting America, Mid-Iowa Council. Adventure on.
You're an empty nester closing in on that retirement property. Chances are your plans didn't include mom moving in, but life happens and you do the right thing. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement means caring for yourself and a loved one, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East Southridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Like any good neighbor, sometimes you move. Here at Tyler Pashong State Farm, we have moved to our new office location at 2110 South Center Street here in Marshalltown. I'm Tyler Pashong. I'm so proud of my team and what we have helped build, but we couldn't have done it without you. We are passionate about what we do and care about the community we serve. I invite you to our new location and see how we can make a positive impact in your life.
We'd love to talk to you about what makes you
M-Town proud.
The halftime report, powered by Scouting America. Adventure on.
At the break, 22-14, Bobcats with the lead. Leading scorers, Jacob Hayes with 7 points, 5 for Damian Segovia, 6 for Drake Gersma, and Kyle Smith with 4. Meanwhile, for Mason City, Jameer Falls leads the way with 5, and Ty Sanchez-Evans with 4. That'll wrap up our halftime report, all brought to you by Scouting America. Second half is next on KFJB-TV.
We do more than just t-shirts and hoodies. Check with Adlet Engraving and Screen Print for awards, lasered items, embroidery, and of course, imprinted apparel. 307 Riverside, right here in Marshalltown. Easy parking, delivery is available.
Refinance your auto loan with Members First Community Credit Union. For a limited time, refinance your auto loan from another lender and receive 1% cash back up to $500. Scan the QR code to apply online. Call us or visit a Members First branch.
Have Van Wyck Wood Builders design and build the storage shed you need. So many different options to choose from. Van Wyck Wood Builders. Just 5 miles south of I-80 in Grinnell on Highway 146. Online at VanWyckWoodBuilders.com.
Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is powered by McGregor's Furniture and Mattress. Quality furniture for every room in your home. Sandvik Enterprises of Marshalltown. Let them deliver for you. Scooters of Marshalltown. Amazing people, amazing drinks. Members First Community Credit Union. Financially empowering Central Iowa. And Sports Plus. SportsPlusTherapy.com.
Welcome back to the Marshalltown Roundhouse. Bobcats will have the basketball to start the second half. 22-14 they lead with 8 minutes on the clock. Top 4 is Central State Bank scoreboard update. Dylan?
Iowa City Liberty 49, Iowa City High 33 in the third, Dyke New Hartford 32, Gladbrook Rhinebeck 14 at half, and finally Roosevelt 51, Ottumwa 17. That's at half.
Wow. Kyle Smith out of the break with a jumper at the free throw line, knocks it down. He has 6 for the Cats, and they lead by 10, 24-14. Baseline drive. Kyle Smith cuts off Owen Rickers, feeds out to Falls. Falls now kicks right wing. Witt will try his luck. The 3 is no good, but a rebound inside by Rickers, and the putback is good for 2. Owen Rickers with 5 points on the night. 24-16. He's Dylan Doze. I'm Brandon Lewis. Our on-site producer is David Braga. Zach Tomish back at our radio studios, also helping us out with our scores here tonight. Joe Cornwell, Keith Stewart on cam coverage. Bobcats in the front court. Jacob Hayes at the top of the key. Over to Gersma on the left wing. A lot of motion here, trying to get Kyle Smith maybe open in the paint. Nothing there. Hayes rolled in the paint. Nothing there as well. Over to Segovia now on the free throw line. Gives it back to Gersma. 3 seconds on the shot clock. 2 seconds. Step back three, near side corner. It's off the right side of the iron. No good. Offensive rebound, though, for Kyle Smith. And another one of those here tonight. They have been so good getting the boards on the offensive side, Dylan.
I do not understand why Mason City is just habitually not a very good rebounding team.
They do have the length to be able to do it, you would think.
But they don't do a good job of boxing out. They tend to look at ball and go to ball, and that's just not a winning combo.
Kyle Smith, far side corner, gives it to Jacob Hayes. Free throw line, has it ripped away by Whitner. Coming away with it is Rickers. He'll take it all the way, and the leaner at the rack is no good, and a blocking foul on Segovia. And that will send Rickers to the free throw line, as he is a 83% free throw shooter on the season. He is tied for third in the state in 4A in steals, but he's 20 of 24 at the free throw line coming in. That's top 10 in Class 4A as well. And the first free throw's off the back of the iron. So I talked him up, and he didn't live up to it, Dylan.
Hey, talk him up again. I see the junior high over there, Lenahan Junior High crew. They're doing pretty good. The young guys get pretty vocal over there.
They are, and they're also jumping right as the free throw's about ready to be shot. 1 of 2 at the line there for Owen Rickers. 24-17. 6:05 and counting, third quarter. Schoenfelder at the top, little give and go. Back to Hayes down at the left block. Whitner almost blocks his shot, but Hayes shoots over top. And Hayes having a good night. He has 9, 26-17 Cats, under 6 to go, third quarter.
Grown man buckets. I love it.
Yeah. Whitner at the top, guarded by Gersma. Picked up at the free throw line, trying to get through that pressure, but can't fight through it. Has to kick it out to the right wing to Witt. Witt shut down by Segovia. Now out to Whitner, and Gersma knocks it away with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Mason City will keep it.
Just so impressed with Drake this year defensively. Just the level of tenacity and dog in him. He's from Slaughter at Newton, now to Marcel Whitner from Mason.
Jump step and a hop for Falls at the right side of the rack. Can't finish, but Whitner is there for the cleanup on the glass, and the putback will go for Whitner, and he just has 4 points tonight. That's his second bucket of the evening. Made one back in the first quarter. So a little quiet for Whitner here tonight, as he normally averages 17.5 points per game.
Cats have got to do a better job on the defensive boards. Both buckets in the third have come second chance opportunities.
Segovia 3 on the right wing is no good, but an offensive rebound. Kyle Smith takes the jumper, free throw line, and buries that one home. 8 for Kyle Smith, 28-19, under 5 in the third. Feed inside to Ty Sanchez-Evans. Only 2 buckets tonight. Oh, Jacob Hayes with a beautiful block shot, but Segovia trying to go for the rebound as Ty Sanchez-Evans hits the deck. Segovia is going to pick up the foul.
You see here a rebound off that. Kyle hits the midi. He's got 8 points. He scored in three different ways. 2 middies, a layup, and free throws. Really like how he's scoring from every point of the floor here.
3, catch and shoot near side corner by Falls is no good. Middies. Wow, I thought you were talking about, you're getting ready to go outside or something.
I watch a lot of NBA. Listen to a lot of NBA pods.
And a timeout on the floor by the Bobcats. We'll take it with them. 4:33, third quarter, 28-19 Cats.
Gavin Mishek, and you're watching KFJB-TV.
Up on the Marshalltown High-View scoreboard, 28-19. 4:33 to go, third quarter. Kyle Smith heating up. He's got 8 points now.
Yeah, he really is. He's starting to get it from different places. and when you rebound the way he does.
Get your middies out. It's Kyle Smith.
That's right. It's cold out there.
It is cold outside.
It's going to be well below zero.
And our producer, Dave, came up with a great hand motion. It's not jazz hands. It's midi hands.
It's midi hands. So you got to keep your fingers together because they're not gloves. So
they are, in fact, mittens. All right, enough of the shenanigans, and back to the game here. So the Bobcats with the timeout by head coach Mike Apple in his 8th year. Of course, he was out due to a family event on Tuesday night, and back here tonight. So great to see that, and great to hear that things are getting much better health-wise with him and his family. As Brynjar Brynjolfsson, assistant coach, took the lead on Tuesday night, and the Bobcats ran away with a 26-point win over Hoover. Gersma, runner on the right side of the paint, is no good. Sanchez Evans comes away with a rebound for Mason City. He'll take it coast to coast and all the way into the paint. His shot is off the right side of the iron. Pretty good move, but just couldn't finish at the rack as he comes from behind, pushes Gersma. No foul call. Gives to Kyle Smith, drives in the paint. Oh, there's that pass that he loves to do. He did that against Mason City in the playoffs last year. He tried to find Jacob Hayes for the three on the left wing. It was no good. Segovia went for the rebound. He was beat out, but he was also beaten to the floor, and a foul's going to be called on Mason City on the floor. It's his second of the night on Owen Rickers.
Kyle's doing such a good job to drive to create. I'd like to see Drake do that a couple times. Get to the lane, not just to finish. You finished a couple times. Now look to create for your shooters.
Segovia gets the inbound pass over to Kyle Smith, left wing. Now to Hayes at the top. Gersma clearing things out as he gets it back. Whitner guarding on him. Over to Hayes, right wing. Schoenfelder being put in motion. He'll come to the top. Has it knocked away by Whitner. Gathers it back. Over to Hayes. Almost throws it away. Hayes drives baseline. Tries to finish. And a charge is going to be called inside as Owen Rickers will draw that on Jacob Hayes. And it's going the other way. 13th foul here in the third quarter. Just the first of the night on Jacob Hayes. You can live with that because that was a good drive to the hoop.
Oh, he slid pretty late and pretty angled on that. Jacob was already going up there.
Give him the benefit of the doubt, though. It looked like he did try to get his feet set in time.
He can try all he wants. I didn't.
Sanchez Evans, a jumper just outside the free throw line is good. In dead center, he has 6, 28-21. And now the Bobcats throw it away in the backcourt with a little bit of pressure by Mason City. Drew Hobart stole that one away, gives it to Owen Rickers in the far side. Guarded by Gersman. Now to Ty Sanchez Evans playing out high. Over to Whitner at the top of the key. Double team pops out on him. Cross-court pass over to Falls. Beats the defense, but the three is no good. Schoenfelder, free throw line, gets the rebound. It's tipped away. Kyle Smith controls it. Now to Gersma.
Lars Schoenfelder has had an excellent basketball game with 0 shots. He just has such a high motor and continues to get possessions for the Cats, if it be an offensive rebound or keeping a ball alive.
Off a screen, Kyle Smith, 3, boom! Dead center for Kyle Smith, coming alive with 7 alone here in the third quarter. Rickers to answer, it's no good, but the tip back can't go either, and Gersma snags the rebound. Pushes it into the front court. He'll settle it down at the right wing. Trying to get a screen from Hayes, couldn't quite get it set. Hesitates down the left side, over to Kyle Smith, fakes the 3, gets Whitner off his feet, drives, and he's bumped. Bumped by Jameer Falls, who will pick up the foul with 1:56 third quarter. Bobcat basketball leading by 10.
And there you see a great pass, great screen by Jacob Hayes. But what happens when you allow a score, when a scorer allows other people to get involved first and get themselves established? What happens is the game opens up in the second half, and then you can start feasting on these opportunities. Kyle's done a great job with that, both the other night against Hoover and here tonight against Mason City.
11 on the night for Kyle Smith. And a quick exchange, gives it back to Gersman. Now off a screen, wide open again. Second one in a row, can't get this one. But Schoenfelder with a great offensive rebound, feeds out to Segovia. Leader, good! The freshman, 7 points for Segovia, and a beautiful play in the paint to extend it to a 12-point lead.
4 offensive rebounds for Lars as well. Just a bunch of opportunities for the Cats.
Oh, Whitner, a great move on the offensive set. Gets a give and go and down inside. He hesitates, lets the defense blow by, and an easy 2-point bucket. Whitner with 6.
That was just a really good give and go. Whitner, Drake kind of lost him on the back cut.
Schoenfelder's going to set a screen for Gersma. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. 14 on the shot clock.
Don't settle for the jumper. Take it to the rack.
He will take it all the way in, but it's a little bit strong. Rolls off the left side, and Falls has the rebound. Up to Rickers over midcourt. And over to Whitner in the far side corner. Drives baseline, has the ball knocked away by Gersma. But then Rickers tips it away. He'll try to save it, and he called a timeout as he was going out of bounds. What a play by Rickers.
Smart.
Smart basketball play right there. 33-23. 37 seconds to go, third quarter on KFJB-TV.
Tired of just looking for a job? Find a career you'll love. Marshalltown Community College is enrolling now for spring classes. Your future starts here. We offer hands-on career training leading directly to in-demand jobs, from technical skills to healthcare. Our expert faculty and advisors help you find your path. We have flexible schedules, affordable tuition, and programs you can complete entirely online. Stop waiting. Invest in your future today. Spring classes start January 20th. Enroll now. Visit MarshalltownCommunityCollege.com.
Bobcats have built a 10-point lead. They were leading by 12 a moment ago, but Mason City, maybe a little closer than I thought. The Bobcat coaching staff was questioning whether he had control before he was going out of bounds, but Rickers with a good heads-up play saves a possession there for Mason City, calling the timeout on his way out of bounds, and Whitner's fouled on the inbound play as he fouls Marcel Whitner. And Drake Gersma, I believe that's his first of the night. 4th team foul here in the third, and it is his first. And we'll do it all over again with Drayden Witt inbounding on the far sideline. Segovia guarding on him. Gets it into Whitner, right wing. Drops it to Ty Sanchez-Evans. Picked by Hayes. Hands straight up, and it's off the right side. No good for Ty Sanchez-Evans. Rebound by Kyle Smith over to Gersma.
And it's all because Jacob just plays him straight up. He's going to stay on the ground if Evans tries to come back under.
Shot clock is off. Bobcats can play for the final shot here. 12 seconds to go. Gersma way out high. And now drives right down the paint. It opens up, and he finishes at the rack for an easy layup. 8 points for Gersma. 1 second to go. Half-court shot. It's going to come up short, and it is no good. And did they rule that a foul? No, they did not. No. It will not be ruled a foul.
Mason City fans did.
Yeah. We will head to the fourth quarter. 8 minutes to go. Bobcats leading by 12 when we come back on KFJB-TV.
Brown's Shoe Fit has a great selection of athletic footwear, including Hoka, Brooks, On Cloud, Birkenstock, and Taos. Brown's Shoe Fit can find the right shoe for every occasion for both men and women, including dress shoes, casual shoes, work boots, and more. They carry multiple sizes and widths to ensure the best fit for you. Their expert-friendly staff will take the time to give you the service you deserve. Brown's Shoe Fit, downtown Marshalltown, with you every step of the way.
Welcome back to the Roundhouse. Bobcats leading it by 12 up on the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard. Time for a scoreboard update, all brought to you by Central State Bank. Dylan?
Roosevelt extends the lead at 65-31 over Ottumwa. That's at the end of the third. Linn-Mar 61, Cedar Rapids Prairie 52 with just 1 minute left. Colonesco 45, Meskwaki 39 with just 40 seconds to go. Johnston gave up their lead. Now Waukee Northwest up 12 in the third quarter. Boone down 16 to Gilbert. That's in the fourth quarter.
35-23 as we start the fourth quarter. Marcel Whitner will be the inbound man on the far side. Hobart is checked back in for Mason City. Bobcats outscored Mason City 13-9 there in the third quarter. Inside, trying to go up top is Drayden Witt just outside the right block. Can't get the shot to go. The Bobcats with the rebound.
Jacob didn't get the block, but he sure altered the shot.
Hayes, right wing. Holding the basketball, gives to Schoenfelder. Now swings it left wing to Gersma. Kyle Smith cutting to the top. Nothing there on the perimeter. Gersma pops out back to the left wing. Gets it back with 5 on the shot clock. Gersma starts a drive. Step back 3, guarded by Whitner, and it's off the right side. Kyle Smith nearly with the rebound, but off of him. And it will be back to Mason City. As you heard the shot clock go off, that one did touch the iron, but Gersma with not a great look. Kyle Smith was wide open in the near side corner. I think he was wanting Gersma maybe with a drive and a kick, but didn't get it.
Gersma's had to throw up last-second shots on a couple shot clock near violations.
Whitner forces the issue with a drive on the left side, tries to kind of reach over Segovia to score the hoop. Can't get it to go. It's off the left side of the iron, and the foul is going to be the 3rd on Segovia.
Really smart job by Marcel Whitner. You know, you need your best scorer to go get it, and right now he's getting them at the line.
Well, they need to make up points, and the way to do it without burning any time is at the free throw line. First trip of the night by Marcel Whitner to the free throw line as he knocks down the first one. Whitner on the season, a 64% free throw shooter, 23 of 36 coming in, and the second one is no good. Tipped out of there, Hayes with the rebound. Whitner, number 1 in 5A with makes and attempts at the free throw line. Coast to coast, Kyle Smith can't finish at the rack, but he picks the pocket of Sanchez Evans, who got the rebound off the Smith miss, and so another offensive possession here.
Yeah, Cat's just doing a great job of continually getting more and more possessions. It would be an offensive rebound, turnover here and there. Cat's getting a lot of bites at the apple.
Segovia at the top of the key, gets it over to Gersma, left wing. Boy, a lot of that perimeter has been pretty much locked down here tonight. Mason City has done a good job on their perimeter defense. Haven't allowed a lot of big threes to go here tonight. Spin move in the paint with 1 second on the shot clock. It's off the back of the iron. No good for Gersma.
Yeah, and that's where I think Drake can get into the lane and create for others, and it will open up him. That's a travel. He slid.
Yeah, Drayden Wentz slides down on the deck and gives it late to Whitner, who drives inside and draws a foul on Segovia. If that is his 4th of the night, and it's going to be on Drake Gersma, his 2nd foul.
The basketball court was the Iowa Veterans home hill there. Took the sled across it. No travel call.
So Whitner back at the line. Split him last time, and he knocks down the front. Whitner with 8 points tonight.
And this is where you get a little nervous with this team. Mason City has hit 1 3 tonight, but they can shoot it. And the fact is, you don't want them to get it any closer. You've held them 10 to 12 most of the night. Yep. Here you're just up by 9.
Whitner, who has 9 on the night, 3 of 4 at the free throw line, and that's where you do not want him to live at.
And now they extend the pressure.
Segovia at midcourt will get into the front court as they break that pressure. And now a timeout. Yeah, head coach Mike Apple knows it's down to a 9-point lead now after Whitner's kind of forced the issue. He's made 3 free throws here in the fourth quarter, and it's a 3-0 run for Mason City to start the fourth. 5:47 left to go in our game here inside the Roundhouse on the Friday Showcase.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
I'm Jacob Hayes. You're watching Bobcat basketball on KFJB-TV.
35-26 as the Bobcats leading up on the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard. He's Dylan Dones. I'm Brandon Lewis. Any other interesting scores coming in here, Dylan?
Beyond that, we've got that Waukee-Ankeny game just into the fourth quarter, 51-44. And I do know Dowling and Valley play tonight, so that should be a good one. Down in the Metro.
All of our scoreboard updates all brought to you by Central State Bank. Discover what they can do for you. Locations in Ames State Center and in West Des Moines. Fourth quarter, just out of a timeout called by the Marshalltown Bobcats as they have 3 remaining timeouts here in the second half, as well as Mason City. Kyle Smith on the right wing, bounce pass over to Gersma at the top, over to Schoenfelder left wing, back to Gersma, now to Hayes right wing. Gets it back to Gersma. Gersma kicks, Segovia's wide open the far side corner. Oh, he gets it to go! The 3 by Segovia, his second of the night with a freshman. Big shooting, 38-26 Bobcats inside to Ty Sanchez-Evans, bumped, and he loses the basketball as Gersma comes away with it.
We talked about Gersma get to the paint to create, and he did that on last time. Segovia now has 10, a career high for the freshman. But really, that was the junior point guard making a play for his teammate.
Segovia gets back to Gersma, finds a wide open Hayes, now swings it around the perimeter. They'll get it back to the top of the key. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Skip pass. And down inside they go to Kyle Smith. Sanchez-Evans tips it away and snags the ball away with a turnover. 12-point game as we approach the halfway point of the fourth quarter. Whitner down to the right block. Got a late feed. His shot's off the right side of the iron. Out to Gersma it goes as he'll bring it into the front court.
Can't say enough about Jacob Hayes' defense.
Washington, or no, that was Falls. He forced it away from Gersma, and now Owen Rickers hits the deck as he was going back for the basketball along with Gersma. And is that going to be on Gersma?
Oh, my gosh.
It is going to be on Gersma.
Horrendous.
His third foul of the night by Drake Gersma. That'll be the third team foul. Here we get a look at it. It was a turnover. Rickers hit the deck. Gersma just kind of put a hand on him. Wasn't much of a push, but it will be Mason City basketball, baseline left side for Falls. He'll inbound it to Whitner, jumps up for it on the right block, goes up, scores it. It's good over top of Gersma, and just like that, Gersma picks up his 4th as he just picked up his 3rd a moment ago.
What Drake didn't do that Jacob Hayes has been doing all night long is Drake tried to go up with him. And Marcel Whitner on the block has never gone up the first time. He's pumped and then gone in.
Whitner scores it for 2, makes it 38-28. And the and 1 to come here in a moment. Gavin Mishek is going to,
for the first time
tonight, going to check into the game. He played quite considerable minutes against Hoover on Tuesday night. But Gersma with 4 checks out. Whitner with the free throw, he makes it. And he is 4 of 5 here in the fourth quarter with a 2-point bucket. And he is all of Mason City here in this fourth quarter here tonight. A tie-up for the freshman Segovia as he got the inbound pass, and a timeout's going to be called as the Bobcats just saw that time ticking down as he was double-teamed. We'll take a timeout with the Cats. 38-29, 4:08 to go inside the Roundhouse.
You planned and saved for your child to go to college, but medical school after graduation was a surprise. A happy, expensive surprise. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When opportunities surprise you, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East Southridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Hey Bobcat Nation, this is Kyle Smith and you're watching Bobcat Basketball on KFJB-TV.
Marcel Whitner with 10 of his 12 points here in the second half. He was pretty quiet there in the first half, but coming alive as he has helped Mason City to a 6-3 run to begin this fourth quarter. Bobcats out of the timeout. Kyle Smith gets tied up. Whitner forces away the basketball from Segovia, and now Kyle Smith, they're going to rule. No, it's going to be a foul. I thought maybe an over and back. It was kind of close, but it's going to be a foul on Owen Rickers.
Yeah, Rickers just bumped him on the hip.
Third foul of the night on Owen Rickers. Just the first team foul on Mason City here in the fourth.
For the Cats, the nervousness is you don't have your point guard out there, so you're relying on a freshman and a sophomore and shooting guards, basically.
Schoenfelder almost throws it away. Segovia got it back. Jacob Hayes thought about a 3 on the left wing, opted not to take it.
Cats with only 3 points here in the fourth quarter.
Kyle Smith drives into the paint, late feed. Schoenfelder, he's been doing the dirty work rebounding, and finally he gets his first bucket of the night. He was in the right spot at the right time on the pass from Kyle Smith. Falls in transition, takes it all the way into the right block, misses shot, but an offensive rebound for Mason City. Gets it to Whitner, and a beautiful move. The free throw line, he kind of acted like he was going to spin, drove down to the right block, and he has 8 fourth-quarter points now, does Whitner.
He's a great scorer.
Mishek gets it up to Segovia, who gets it to Hayes right wing. Back to Mishek at the top. 3 minutes to go inside the roundhouse. 40-31. Cats leading by 9. Segovia gets stopped down to the right block. Gets it back out to Mishek at the top. They're sending pressure out there on Mishek. And he finally finds Schoenfelder at the right block. He finds Jacob Hayes, and off the left side, but he gets his own miss. And the putback on the right side for Jacob Hayes. Huge play there. Schoenfelder found Hayes wide open, and Hayes followed his shot and his miss and ends up getting the bucket. Falls, jump step and a hop in the paint, puts up a leaner, and it's good. Falls will find his first bucket of the second half. He has 7. Timeout on the floor. 2:29 to go. It's 42-33. Bobcats lead on the Friday Showcase.
Anytime is a great time to treat yourself at Dairy Queen. From legendary blizzards and cakes to juicy burgers and crispy fries, whatever you're craving, we've got you covered. Both Marshalltown locations have all your lunch and dinner favorites to keep you smiling and coming back for more. Right now, try the sauced and tossed sweet chili chicken strip basket, frosted sugar cookie blizzard, or the holiday nog shake. Don't wait. Swing by either Marshalltown location or get Dairy Queen delivered today.
I'm Jamison Niehaus. This is your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
42-33, 2:29 to go in our basketball game. A timeout a moment ago on the floor as Jameer Falls just made a 2-point bucket, his first since the first quarter for Jameer Falls. So Gavin Mishek on the last offensive possession found a wide-open Schoenfelder who found Hayes, and he missed it but ended up falling it back. But a good, tough position there for Mishek with Drake Gersma sitting on the bench right now with 4 fouls.
He came off the bench cold, and he's in his first year in varsity and didn't panic. You can tell why the coaching staff knew the sophomore would help him this year, and he showed it right there. And now we'll see Drake Gersma in, hopefully for the last 149 seconds.
No, he did not have a calculator to do that math. Gersma gets the inbound pass. Trying to go for Segovia. Picked off by Owen Rickers, who feeds it near side to Drayden Witt. He'll back it out. Now Rickers drives. Hayes swats but misses, and Rickers scores. 42-35. Kyle Smith gets the inbound now. Over to Gersma. And they'll get it up to Schoenfelder. Over to Segovia. Tipped away, goes right to Gersma, though. 2 minutes to go inside the roundhouse. 7-point lead for the Cats. Trying to close this one out to go to 3-1. Or excuse me, 4-1. Hayes down to the right block, gets a nice feed from Gersma. Kicks it back out to Segovia, fakes the 3, drives into the corner. Bounce pass back to Hayes with 2 seconds. Oh, the shot clock, oh my word! Turnaround 3 for Jacob Hayes, his second one of the night.
And that was fantastic. He noticed the shot clock was late, a quick step back 3.
Falls tries to answer, his 3 is no good. Kyle Smith got the rebound, gave it to Gersma, gives it back to Kyle Smith. Backcourt pressure being put on by Falls. Gersma will now get it over the timeline. 1:10 to go. 10-point lead for the Bobcats. Rickers way out high on Gersma, and a timeout by the Bobcats. 1:05 to go. Bobcats with the basketball and 17 seconds on the shot clock. When we come back on George Funk Court, Bobcats try to do what the ladies did earlier tonight with a win over Mason City on KFJB-TV.
Have Van Wyck Wood Builders design and build the storage shed you need. So many different options to choose from. Van Wyck Wood Builders, just 5 miles south of I-80 in Grinnell on Highway 146. Online at vanwyckwoodbuilders.com.
Refinance your auto loan with Members First Community Credit Union. For a limited time, refinance your auto loan from another lender and receive 1% cash back up to $500. Scan the QR code to apply online. Call us or visit a Members First branch.
We do more than just t-shirts and hoodies. Check with Adlet Engraving and Screen Print for awards, lasered items, embroidery, and of course, imprinted apparel. 307 Riverside, right here in Marshalltown. Easy parking, delivery is available.
Bobcats with the basketball out of the timeout. 1 minute to go now. 45-35. And Segovia is going to be fouled on the left wing by Jameer Falls. And that's just the second team foul on Mason City. As we look at Jacob Hayes on that last offensive possession, 3 seconds on the shot clock, turnaround three on the right wing. Huge shot. He has 14 tonight. This has really been a season for Jacob Hayes.
And now I don't know why they're not trying to foul.
Whitner did not foul Segovia. The shot clock reset on that foul.
Yeah, this makes zero sense. Now they're calling. They should have went for a foul. Like, they've given the game away.
Hayes, left wing, and he throws it away. Falls comes over with a turnover as it pays off. He'll drive down to the right block, kind of stumbles a little bit. Hayes with a block shot. Whitner with the putback off the rebound by Falls is missed. Turnaround jumper, Whitner it goes. Whitner eventually fouled in the end, but we only have 25 seconds to go. It cuts it to an 8-point lead. In the and one to come for Marcel Whitner. How about the fourth he is having? He has 16 points here tonight. He's got another and one coming.
He only had 2 in that first half.
Yeah.
He's got 10 in the quarter. Now 11.
And the free throw is good. 45-38. Inbound to Kyle Smith. No foul here. Jacob Hayes into the front court. And a late foul is going to be called with 19 seconds to go as Jacob Hayes was the man fouled. That'll be just number 3 on Mason City, so they have to foul 2 more times.
And this all started when when Marshalltown got the ball with roughly a minute 20 left, and they just let Marshalltown play it out. I do not understand that strategy.
Segovia in the backcourt gets the inbound. Whitner will foul him with 17 seconds to go, and so that's 4 team fouls and 1 more foul to go. So they're only going to have about 15 seconds to work with.
For that 7-point shot.
Yeah, free throws to come here. So we will see a timeout and take a look at the student section with 17 seconds to go on the Friday Showcase. We'll keep it right here. 45-38 is our score as of right now. But one more foul to come here for Mason City, and then free throws for the Bobcats.
Yeah, Cats have tried to just squeeze the air out of the basketball. Really, Marcel Whitner as a whole has really been the guy that's come to play. Falls has had a couple moments. Rickers has had a couple moments. But for the most part, outside of Marcel Whitner, everybody else is way below their season average. And the Cats, again, defensive screws are down tight, and they're getting just enough offense from everyone. Cats have 3 players in double figures, 1 with 8, and then Lars, who only has 2, has 4 huge offensive rebounds.
So 7-point lead, 17 seconds to go. And Mason City will look to foul on the inbound as head coach Nick Trask took the timeout for Mason City. Both teams still have 1 remaining timeout. And it looks like Schoenfelder, the freshman, is going to be the man to inbound from the far side, right in front of the student section. Schoenfelder looking to inbound, looking around, finally finds Jacob Hayes. It's almost knocked away. Whitner will reach in and foul. Might be on Owen Rickers. But nevertheless, that is the 5th team foul, and it will send Jacob Hayes to the free throw line, and it will be on Owen Rickers, his 4th of the night. And of all the guys you probably didn't want at the free throw line is Jacob Hayes, 85% free throw shooter, 11 of 13 coming into the game, and the first one will pop in and out for Jacob Hayes
tonight. About everything else he's done has been perfection.
Yeah. He's played really good defense tonight, too. That's been the biggest improvement I've seen from a year ago. And he knocks down the second one to make it an 8-point game, 46-38. 10 seconds to go. Whitner taking his time over the midcourt stripe, still dribbling, down to 5. Oh, this game's going to run out on him. Scoop and score, it's no good, and that will do it. What a win here tonight, 46-38. The Bobcats get a big win here inside the Roundhouse to go 4-1 as the Riverhawks brought back a ton from a season ago, but not able to do it tonight as they match up against the 4th best defense in 4A, coming in and it looked the part here tonight, limiting the Riverhawks to 38 points, Dylan.
Yeah, they were fantastic. It was Whitner late where he was able to go one-on-one, but because of the big lead, they couldn't claw back in. But offensively, the Cats are at a really fun spot. They have 3 guys in double figures tonight. Kyle Smith, there it is, the W cam, doing well. There he is. You got to love Kyle Smith, but Kyle's able to do so many different things. He's now driving not just to shoot, but also to create for teammates as well. And Jacob Hayes is playing out of his mind.
Oh, yeah. Coach giving Keith a little fist bump after the win here tonight, 46-38, the final scores. We head to the locker room report coming up. This is Bobcat Basketball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
Looking for top-notch eye care close to home? Eye Care Associates, with offices in Marshalltown, Conrad, and Toledo, has proudly served Central Iowa since 1990. Their expert team provides eye exams for all ages, designer frames, contact lens fittings, and treatment for glaucoma, cataracts, and other eye conditions. With advanced technology, a welcoming staff, and convenient online booking, your next visit is easier than ever. Visit visionsource-marshalltowneyecare.com today. Eye Care Associates, your vision is their priority.
Good call tonight, man. You too? You think what I'm thinking? Let's go to Legends for a Bobcat burger.
Hi, guys. What are we hungry for today?
I think we're going to do 2 Bobcat burgers. Whether it's pre-game or post-game.
Or during the game, it's Legends American Grill in Marshalltown.
Looking for a financial partner that puts you first? At Lennox Employees Credit Union, we're more than just a place to bank. We're part of your team. From low-interest loans and great savings rates to personalized service you can trust, we're here to help you reach your goals. Join the credit union that understands what matters most, because we're built by employees for employees. Stop by Lennox Employees Credit Union today at 1004 East Main in Marshalltown, or visit lennoxecu.com to get started. Lennox Employees Credit Union, where your success is our mission. Member NCUA.
KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, powered by Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown.
Welcome into the Locker Room Report. 46-38, the Bobcat boys defeat Mason City tonight. Mason City drops to 1-4 on the season. Bobcats move to 4-1. They're now 1-0 in the Iowa Alliance Conference North as they take down Hoover Tuesday. Get a big victory here tonight by 8. They led by 12 heading into the fourth quarter. They get outscored 15-11 by Mason City, but it was really the second quarter when they outscored Mason City 13-5 and then 13-9 in the third quarter as well, where they really kind of put this game away, and then Mason City was just playing catch-up the whole fourth quarter.
Well, we said in between the first and second quarter off air, I was like, it was 9-4 Mason City, but the way Marshalltown covered, I said, this is not going to end up being all that close, because you could just tell that the Bobcats had figured something out, and defensively they were just locked in, and it played that self out. Of course, there's things you'd like to see go a little bit different. Drake had great moments and also had some down moments here tonight, but it's something to build on. Always better to have stuff to work on after a win than to have stuff to work on after a loss.
Leading scorer tonight for the Bobcats, again like Tuesday, Jacob Hayes finishes with 15, 11 for Kyle Smith, Damian Segovia 10, 8 for Drake Gersman. Lars Schoenfelder only had a 2-point bucket, but he had a lot of really good rebounds, and also that was a really good 2-point bucket at that point in time.
It was a huge deal there. You see Jacob Hayes being a big, strong man, but on the flip side is just a little drop-off pass to Lars. Got the bucket. Can't say enough about the role that kid has played.
Whitner leads Mason City with 17 points tonight. Jameer Falls with 7, 8 for Owen Rickers, and 6 for Ty Sanchez-Evans. I think that's huge because the Bobcats, when they allowed Ty Sanchez-Evans last year to get going, Mason City beat him. But other than that, Bobcats have done a really good job guarding on Ty Sanchez-Evans past 3 games now, dating back to last year in 2 games, and then obviously here tonight.
It's physicality and patience. You see it, Jacob is just playing so patient. He's not going for pump fakes. He's also playing physical. He's not getting pushed around, and he stands his ground, and he forces Evans to shoot shots he doesn't want to shoot.
Yep.
And outside of a couple nice moves, he was held in check.
16 points in that first matchup in December a year ago for Ty Sanchez-Evans. Then he scored 2, 6, and then he also had 6 here tonight. So just speaks to the level of defense the Bobcats playing. As again, they move to 4-1, and they'll be on the road Monday night as they'll be traveling to Southeast Polk to take on the Rams. Boys and girls win it here tonight inside the Roundhouse as the girls stay undefeated 6-0. Bobcat boys are 4-1. We'll continue with the locker room report when we come back on KFJB-TV.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East Southridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Ready for a 4-year degree, but not ready for the cost? Start smart at Marshalltown Community College. Get the first half of your 4-year education in just 2 years and save thousands. Our flexible programs allow you to seamlessly transfer to a university as a junior. You get a high-quality education with smaller class sizes and the faculty attention you deserve. It's a smart start to your bachelor's degree. Spring classes start January 20th. Enroll today. Visit MarshalltownCommunityCollege.com.
From preschool to graduation day, Marshalltown Community School District prepares students for success in a global world. Embrace the lead with curriculum that prepares students for tomorrow's challenges, giving your child unmatched college and career advantages. Embrace the lead by developing talents beyond the classroom through extracurricular opportunities and by focusing on student well-being and whole child development. Create a global learning community right here in Marshalltown. Learn more at marshalltown.k12.ia.us.
Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is powered by State Farm, Tyler Pashong Agency, mtownproud.com, Wayward Social, the place for bowling, games, food, and more. Van Wyck Wood Builders, storage sheds, garages, and more. And Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown, helping you pursue your financial goals.
Welcome into the post-game coaches interview here with Coach Michael Apple. 46-38, Cats win again. First of all, great to have you back. Secondly, you controlled this ball game from about midway through that first period all the way to the end. What can you say about the fight of your guys tonight?
I'm kind of shocked, really. I mean, we just continue to get better and better defensively. We continue to buy in, and our effort's just been great, and that's kind of what's fueled us, is just the culture in our locker room of buying in and understanding what we need to do and how hard we need to play. And if we can defend like that, you're gonna find ways to usually win games.
And I want to start with the freshman, and let's start with Lars Schoenfelder. I had him for 4 offensive rebounds tonight, and other opportunities of extending possessions, running that role. It takes a lot for a young kid who's known as a scorer, has scored his entire life, to accept the Lamar Johnson role, as I'm calling it, and really operate at a high level. What can you say about Lars?
He's been great. I mean, you nailed it on the head there. Just his ability to rebound, keep possessions alive. He understands his role. The ball doesn't stick with him. He doesn't try and do too much. He knows every play we run. He's always in the right spots. He gets balls on, hands on balls and rebounds and keeps possessions alive. And then he defends. I mean, he's a really good defender as a freshman. And to piggyback on that, Damian just continues to get better and better and continues to play with confidence, and kind of 2 different guys and what they're able to do, but it really helps our team in the roles that they play.
Yeah, I was going to talk about Damian. Had a career high 10 points tonight, a couple big threes. Then you flip it to the other side, the seniors, and maybe not what they're always known for, but you look at Jacob Hayes, I don't look so much. He had a great night yet again. Offensively, had 15 points, but he was more of an impact on that 38 points up there. Can you say the work he did on Ty Sanchez-Evan I thought was fantastic?
It was great. He really tried to make it hard for him to get it inside, and when he was posting up, and he kept working to front him to make it hard for him to get it. And then when he did get it on the perimeter, he kind of understood he likes to go to his right, and he took that away well, moved his feet, and made it tough for him to ever get to that rim.
And then finally, Kyle Smith. There's an element to his game that it was on full effect tonight. Is he is starting to drive to create, and he's really becoming a play creator for other people. What can you say for the maturation of him?
This is unselfishness right now. I think this is the third game now where he hasn't been the leading scorer, and he hasn't probably shot the most shot attempts. And for him to do that and understand the most important thing is the win, is really great to have your best player to have the ability to do that, and know that it's okay if he's not going to shoot at times. Other guys are going to get open, and that's what it takes. So he's going to continue to find shots, and we'll find ways to get him some shots. Obviously that second half we got him a few open ones, but it's been kind of use him somewhat as a screener a lot, and teams have to adjust on what they want to do, and teams have had a hard time figuring out how to do that.
Yeah, he's always number one on the scout, but you look, going to be a cold weekend, a short turnaround to try to stay hot against Southeast Polk Monday night. What are you looking for this weekend in that quick turnaround to go down to Altoona and compete down there?
We're gonna have practice Sunday and game plan for them. This is a team, I told them in the locker room there, where we haven't seen a team like this. Athletic-wise, quick, their strength. CML teams are just a little bit different in that way. So we got to be ready to play. They're gonna try and pressure us. They're gonna get after us defensively, and offensively they got some threats and they run some good actions to where we have to be prepared and be ready to defend.
All righty. All said and done, though, this is a 4-1 Bobcats team going in to next Monday night, a big matchup down in Southeast Polk. Of course, we'll have that on KFJB-TV. Back up to you, Brandon. Again, Mike Apple, 4-1 Bobcats.
All right, thanks, Dylan. And time now for our Athletes of the Week, all presented by Opa Grill of Marshalltown, Greek and traditional favorites. All you have to say is Opa. Well, our female athlete of the week last week was Millie Heitman, and, of course, she helped the Bobcats start out 4-0 last week, and the Bobcats have gone 2-0 this week and a perfect 6-0 heading to the road game on Monday night at Southeast Polk. Our male athlete of the week last week was Kyle Smith. I think he'll be supplanted this coming week for our athlete of the week. There's been some other guys on the basketball team and other athletes around Marshalltown High School doing a great job as well. But Kyle Smith, as Coach alluded to, being that ultimate team player. And coming into the night, Kyle Smith, top 5 in rebounding, as just doing a really good job on that defensive end of things heading into this one here tonight. That is our Athletes of the Week, all brought to you by Opa Grill of Marshalltown, Greek and traditional favorites. All you have to say is Opa, as they award a $25 gift certificate to the male and female Athlete of the Week. And also brought to you by Adlet Engraving and Screen Print of Marshalltown, who provides our custom Athlete of the Week t-shirts. This is the Locker Room Report. You're watching KFJB-TV.
Come to Opa Grill in Marshalltown for made-fresh family recipes handed down for generations. Treat yourself to gyros, pasticcio, Italian pasta dishes, burgers, salmon, homemade soups, and fresh salads. Enjoy a nice glass of wine or a cold glass of beer. Opa Grill has a great variety of American, Greek, and Italian dishes. Something to make everyone in your party say Opa. Open 11 to 8 Monday through Friday, 11 to 3 Saturday, closed Sundays. At the corner of Boone and Center Streets in Marshalltown. DoorDash delivery available. Opa!
You're an empty nester closing in on that retirement property. Chances are your plans didn't include mom moving in, but life happens and you do the right thing. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement means caring for yourself and a loved one, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East Southridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is your local furniture store in Marshalltown. With their extensive inventory, you're sure to make a winning selection when you shop McGregor's for your bedroom, living room, and dining room furnishings. McGregor's has the right play for every room in your home. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is proud to be your locally owned and operated furniture store since 1896 and very proud to support Bobcat Athletics again this season. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, open 7 days a week.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, powered by Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown.
Now time for a scoreboard update, all brought to you by Central State Bank.
Des Moines Roosevelt takes care of Anthem with 76-39. The Dowling Valley matchup was not a close one. Dowling, number 2, 73-40 over Valley. Muscatine 84, Davenport West 56, Linn-Mar 67, Cedar Rapids Prairie 59. Cedar Falls takes care of Iowa City West 75-49. Johnston falls to Waukee Northwest, loses by 10, 62-52. Waukee is able to beat Ankeny 66-59. Dyke New Hartford 54. Gladbrook Rhinebeck loses by 20. They have 34. Des Moines Lincoln squeezes by the Fort Dodge Dodgers 62-57. And HLVTC takes care of BCLUW 62-42.
Scoreboard update all brought to you by Central State Bank. This is the Locker Room Report. You're listening to News Talk 1230 AM 93.9 FM and watching right here on KFJB-TV.
Looking for top-notch eye care close to home? Eye Care Associates, with offices in Marshalltown, Conrad, and Toledo, has proudly served Central Iowa since 1990. Their expert team provides eye exams for all ages, designer frames, contact lens fittings, and treatment for glaucoma, cataracts, and other eye conditions. With advanced technology, a welcoming staff, and convenient online booking, your next visit is easier than ever. Visit VisionSource-MarshalltownEyeCare.com today. Eye Care Associates, your vision is their priority.
Good call tonight, man. You too? You think what I'm thinking? Let's go to Legends for a Bobcat Burger.
Hi, guys. What are we hungry for today?
I think we're going to do 2 Bobcat Burgers. Whether it's pre-game or post-game.
Or during the game, it's Legends American Grill in Marshalltown.
Looking for a financial partner that puts you first? At Lennox Employees Credit Union, we're more than just a place to bank. We're part of your team. From low-interest loans and great savings rates to personalized service you can trust, we're here to help you reach your goals. Join the credit union that understands what matters most, because we're built by employees for employees. Stop by Lennox Employees Credit Union today at 1004 East Main in Marshalltown, or visit LennoxECU.com to get started. Lennox Employees Credit Union, where your success is our mission. Member NCUA.
KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, powered by Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown.
Transportation for today's game on KFJB-TV is provided by Carl Auto Group in Marshalltown. Carl is your dealer for life. Well, another busy week next week for the Marshalltown Bobcat girls and boys basketball teams. Things will get going Monday night as we will be on the road at Southeast Polk at 7 o'clock. Our coverage will start with bonus coverage of the girls' game, followed by the boys' game as the Rams and Bobcats square off. A little Iowa Alliance North and CIML, two former CIML foes, will do battle on Monday night. Bobcat Live on Thursday night, and then the Dodgers of Fort Dodge will be in to the Roundhouse for a Friday showcase next Friday, starting at 6 p.m. for the girls-boys doubleheader, as that game will end the front half of the schedule and send us into the Christmas break, as the Bobcat ladies off to a 6-0 starts, and the Bobcat boys move to 4-1 with a victory here tonight against the Mason City Riverhawks. One final timeout on the Locker Room Report. When we come back, we'll wrap things up from the Roundhouse on KFJB-TV.
Scooters Coffee in Marshalltown wishes you the happiest holidays and a wonderful start to the new year full of love, laughter, and coffee. Remember to fuel yourself through the busy days. Stop by Scooters Coffee in Marshalltown for your favorite seasonal drinks, classic go-tos, or a little treat just for you. Whether it's a warm latte, a sweet holiday-inspired drink, or a pick-me-up on a chilly day, Scooters has something to make your day brighter. Scooters Coffee in Marshalltown, keeping you energized, refreshed, and ready to enjoy every moment of the season.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
Wayward Social is the place for fun. With 20 lanes of bowling, leagues for all levels, great food and drink options, an awesome arcade, there is a ton of fun to be had at Wayward Social for date night, family fun, or the company party with plenty of space for everyone. Visit Wayward Social on Facebook for updates on specials and live music. It is all on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Visit wayward-social.com to start planning your group outing at Wayward Social, the place for fun.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, powered by Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown.
Welcome back into the Locker Room Report on KFJB-TV. Okay, Joe, our camera guy, hey, look this way. It's ugly sweater night, and we had to get Joe's ugly sweater in the shot. Dylan, it's a beautiful one.
It is.
Is that a Buc-ee's or what is that?
I don't know. I think it's a rabid guinea pig. Not quite sure.
Anyway, everyone was enjoying in the holiday spirit here tonight. Again, the Bobcat ladies win 46-26 as they end a 31-game losing streak to the Mason City Riverhawks here tonight. And the Bobcat boys basketball team now on a 3-game winning streak against the Mason City boys as they win it 46-38, the final score here tonight. Bobcat boys go to 4-1. What's your final thoughts on the evening?
Well, last year in that first game, losing to them by 22, and the way they've just continued to grit and grind their way. But tonight, this is a 1 through 5 on that starting lineup. It's, last year we were so Kyle dependent, and by Kyle taking a step back and now facilitating, this team is a team that can go minutes without Kyle having to shoot the basketball and can extend leads. This is a really good team. And the girls, man alive, that's a championship defense. Now their offense needs to come along, but 6-0 is not a fluke. They'll have a big challenge Monday night, but it's always nice to see where you're at, and then you can continue to work on that because the best basketball needs to happen after Christmas.
Well, and you see a lot of teams take a step forward after the Christmas break, so very encouraging on the start of the season for both the boys and the girls. A great night again in the Roundhouse as, the ladies and the guys got the win cam here tonight.
Amara does not know how to use her hands appropriately.
No, she does not. Yeah, she went 0-6 instead of 6-0 right there as the boys celebrated too here tonight. Fun night from the Marshalltown Roundhouse. Thanks so much to our KFJB-TV crew on our camera coverage here tonight. It's very own Keith Stewart and Joe Cornwell back at the radio studios. Thanks to Zach Tomish for scores and keeping us locked in on the radio waves. Zach Tomish, David Braga, our on-site producer. For Dylan Doze, I'm Brandon Lewis. We'll talk to you Monday night from Southeast Polk High School. It's the Rams and the Bobcats. Coverage starting at 7 right here on your home for the Cats. News Talk 1230 AM, 93.9 FM, and watching right here on KFJB-TV.
Today's game on KFJB-TV is sponsored by First Rate Real Estate, Atland Engraving and Screen Print Company, Assured Partners, Brown's Shoe Fit, Central State Bank, your Marshalltown Dairy Queens, Eye Care Associates, Hy-Vee Marshalltown, Legends American Grill, Lennox Employees Credit Union, Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown Community College, Marshalltown School District, McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, Sandvik Enterprises, Scooters, Marshalltown, Sports Plus, State Farm, Tyler Pashong Agency, Wayward Social, Wells Fargo Advisors, Members First Community Credit Union, Van Wyck Wood Builders,